So last time you guys explored a bit during your first trip down here.
Oh,
Is that Sean?
we have a Sean.
Hey, we have a Sean. Hey, Sean. So you find in front of you a medium-sized set of ruins, um, underground ruins in the style of the vampire lords of the eastern or the western part of this nation. Very, very old ruins. Um, Probably around the same amount of decreption as the ruins that you guys found, or that ruined fortress down by the lake, I guess. That lake lock.
Yeah, sure. The underground place.
I think it's technically. I think he named it lock, but yeah, lock. You found this after going past a undead troll, who was some sort of gatekeeper guard dog, crossing a large, narrow bridge over a large ravine, with gusting wind. And as you continue on, you come to this place in front of you with a bridge continuing on, another bridge continuing on into the heart of these ruins.
Right.
The layout is similar to what you see on the picture here. There is that large nest of some sort hanging above the central spire. You can see it. There's a crack if you look up. The ceiling goes all the way to the top, and you can actually see a crack in the opening on the top that you can see sunlight pour through. Not a ton, but enough to light up this city a little bit, so you can see the different shapes. Other than that, this city is deathly quiet. Okay, how would you like to proceed? You're on the narrow bridge leading to the ruins.
Well, well, well. I did not expect to find ruins of like these. Come, we should explore. There could be important secrets held within.
Kelly's happy to go along with that.
Yeah, I'll follow along.
Cool.
Sure thing.
Siri is just going to start marching
As
down
you
across the bridge.
the group marches across this bridge, the bridge is made of stone. It seems sturdy enough, but very, very worn down. Occasionally, there's a part of it pitted out. And as you get closer to the ruins, you can smell mildew from the large amount of green moss that's growing. You can smell stagnant water. You can see flowing water in front of you. There's the waterfall. You can see flowing water, but you see the mustiness of stagnant water. And underneath those smells, you can smell blood. Just the light perfume of it, the ironiness of it. And you come to the end of the bridge, and in front of you are three paths. In front of you is the large citadel. It looks like some sort of, not a castle, but more of a cathedral or wizard spire. To the left of you, you can see more a living area. You can see smaller ruins of houses, and you can see a deeper cavern past that. And to the right of you, you can see a narrow bridge than you're walking along, leading to a ornate archway into the mountain face. You cannot see past that, but you see the floor there is sort of polished, or at least it was. I don't know, so many thousand years ago.
What's the central citadel like? Is it like completely broken down like before, or is it somewhat standing?
Everything, I think, somewhat standing. applies to everything here.
Okay,
Where
cool.
you can look at it and be like, "That's a building." You could
Alright.
possibly you could go into that building. Maybe you wouldn't feel terribly safe staying in that building for days.
Okay, so it's not like those ruins we found by the lake where it was pretty
No.
much just the foundations. There is something standing here.
There is a proper building standing.
Okay then. Central Citadel seems like a good as place to start as any. Someone would care to disagree?
If there's going to be any information left, anything of worth left, probably in there.
Yes, it would see. God, that was. I don't know where that accent was going.
It's been a while since I did it.
Yeah. If they are going to keep anything here, then it would make sense to be in this citadel or into this large building in the center. So it seems to be the most prominent building so far, at least. Come, we should explore further in here. And again, Sarah is very interested and going to start marching towards the citadel.
Okay. There is a very short bridge from your position to that going over the water. The water here seems green and maybe not the best to drink. It's hard to see anything beyond it, especially in the darkness. So there might be something lurking underneath and be impossible to tell.
All right.
You walk past that short bridge and you come to the entrance of the citadel. It had at some point doors, but they have eroded. Probably bronze doors for this? Yeah, probably bronze doors. So they've fallen off their hinges, though. It's rotted away. And they're just laying on the ground. You can see inside a large open area with columns circular around the interior base of it. As you walk in further, you can see that there's a spiral staircase that is along the base that leads upwards, and you can see that it's like an internal dome. So you look upwards and you can see that it continues on for quite a bit. You get the feeling that like the ceiling is up there, but it's dark in here and it extends past your dark vision. So you can't see the ceiling right now. Inside this main room here is a what do you call it? It's like an altar. A flat stone altar in the center. With statues on the left and right hand side. You don't see any like seating area or anything like that. So the purpose of this is not entirely clear, like off the bat. There's no windows in this room whatsoever, though, so it is a incredibly dark room.
Okay. What condition are the statues in? Like, is it still discernible what they like, who or what they are, or are they like eroded from time?
Let's say they'd be inside, high humidity, marble stone. Their features are slightly eroded, slightly worn down, but you can still see the general look of it.
Okay, I imagine that'll make it difficult to tell if they were meant to be a person or.
It's only slightly, so it's hard to tell features. They're humanoid, tall, slender. If you're just elvish, probably, maybe. They don't sit right with you, though. They're not quite the same as the statues you saw in the ruins. Like, there's something different about them. You can't really place it.
Okay, interesting. From what we can see on the altar, is there anything like engravings or carvings or words or anything like that, or is it just basic?
Yeah, give me investigation or give me a religion check. They give you different things. So you just give me. You only do one.
They are the same stat for me. So...
Well, you're gonna be looking at different stuff.
Screw it. Oh, that's pretty good. Can't complain at that.
Investigation. Okay, cool. This thing has been carved with good detail. Someone cared a lot about this thing. It's central to the room, the first room, which means it has a lot of like cultural foundation for the people who put this here. So this has importance. Looking closer, you can see that even after all this time, it hasn't been bleached out. You can see cut mark in the same area, and you can see, if you look really close, you can see blood stains like embedded into the stone. This is some sort of sacrificial altar.
Oh, makes sense.
Investigation. I got 21. Yeah, okay. I think that's good. Investigation is like the material part of the world. So yeah.
Right. Well, it seems as though there might have been sacrificial acts here.
The statues are also looking in towards they're not looking towards the front, they're actually looking towards the sacrificial table itself.
Okay. And I'm assuming there's no like writing or anything or beneath the statues.
No. There's
Okay.
symbols you don't recognize what they could mean.
Okay. Anyone else have any input?
No. Sacrificial chamber seems about exactly what we expect.
There's no there's no bones or anything like that around the place. It's literally
No,
just the
as far as you can see, there is no human remains or anything like that. They kept this thing pretty clean. Unlike, I'll bring this up. Unlike the other, the portal thing that had the sacrificial stone, there's no like gutter to collect the blood.
Yeah, okay. That was my next question. So. Cool.
Right. Ooh, that actually does remind.
There's a spiral staircase that goes to the top.
Cool. And is that the only, like, there's no doors or anything in here? It's just.
This is a very simple design building. There's one the double doors that came in, and there's also the stairway that goes up.
Okay.
Can everyone roll me a perception check, please?
Sure thing. Can you please remember to let me know if it passes or fails?
Wow. Kind of suck
Who am
up
I
to Stephen.
missing?
Should I add my thing to that?
Which thing would that be?
I have a part of my psionic powers. I can add a 1d4.
Oh, that has failed. Who didn't roll? Someone didn't roll.
We're missing Kelly.
Innocent either. We'll go without Kelly.
Sorry, I was drawn away for a second. I'll roll perception now.
Okay, that was good. Okay. Kelly and Hork both notice this thing, while Madeline and Lucia are looking at the altar. You two both hear a noise above you. It was so brief that it is hard to describe what it was. Everyone here only has Dark Vision 60, right?
I even still have Dark Vision. Did we give me something for Dark Vision?
I cast Dark Vision on myself, and I think it was you. Or did
I
I?
think I'm the only other person
Actually,
that
no.
doesn't have dark vision.
Actually, no, I don't have dark vision either. Actually, no, I didn't cast dark vision anyone. Those 2 spells went to blindness, deafness on things. So, no dark vision for me or Sean.
Mm-hmm.
Great. You hear something above you on the ceiling. You can't even see it because it's dark. This room itself is very dark. It's lit entirely by the front doors being open, which conveniently shine on the blood altar and the 2 statues. But you hear something above you, something move. It was so brief that you can't quite. You're unsure if you would have actually heard it, except you notice that the other person has also heard it.
Okay.
Hmm.
Friends, is there something up? Is there something up there? Any like motions up above?
Well, I would assume there is a ceiling up there.
Something
60-foot
alive.
dark vision. You have 60-foot dark vision, right?
Yes. With the drow background, it's questionable, but yes.
You look up. You can see that there is a ceiling. It is less than 60 feet away from you. It is somewhat arched as well, but it's not like you can tell it's a different type of arch than the actual like top from the outside. So there must be a second layer, or for you guys, first layer. Fuck. Above you. But you look up and you don't see anything up there. You don't see any like movement. You don't see any monsters. Nothing like that up there.
I rolled 20, just crashed, so I'll blow it back in. But okay. Well, I do not see anything on this ceiling. It is, but it appears as though there is another floor if the stairs are any indication. So perhaps there's something up there. I mean, from what the rest of this place has just been dead silent, hasn't it?
Completely. You can hear flowing water.
Oh yeah, so it's flowing water, but
and that's about it. But like from in here, it's pretty quiet.
So, it is possible that something has taken up residence in this area. Otherwise, the environment would be filled with more prey creatures of the like. For something abandoned this long to still be so unpopulated is unusual, unless there is something driving them away. Well, if there is something up there, then we should investigate further. There is more to this building, after all.
Isn't there a staircase here, like a spiral one?
Yeah, there's a staircase up there. That's what I'm saying. We should go up there.
Yeah. Yeah.
As we're going up the stairs, I'd like to kind of keep an eye on the ceiling where they were pointing at. So if there is something I spotted while the others kind of looking ahead, sort of thing.
Yeah, sure.
Also, because I've just realized what my hit points were at. I'm just going to cast a level 1 Cure Wounds on myself.
Is that from the troll?
Because I'm just sat there going, "Holy shit! When did I get a half health?" So hang on.
That makes sense.
Oh, there. That's perfect. Yay! Full. Thank you very much. And then Lucira is willing to take front if no one else particularly wants it.
I'll go like first or second. I don't mind.
Okay.
I mean, do we have to be single file here?
It's a double wide stairway.
Then
I'll
go beside Lucira.
Okay.
Then let's go.
What's gonna happen? I'm gonna die.
Although, it appears as though there is no windows in this building, so if as we go up, it may be more difficult for some of you to see.
Don't we have torches?
I mean, do you have?
Should have a torch. It comes in an adventure pack, doesn't it?
We have torches because We didn't want to
Yeah.
spend the spell slots on dark vision.
I don't see torches inside my actual backpack now.
I mean, I
I
think
do
we'll
not have a
have.
torch.
Oh, unfortunate. I believe I do actually. I don't know why I have torches, but I do. Like,
That's 10 of them.
We had 10 of them. Hey, buddy, can I borrow a torch?
I'm pretty
I
sure
do
we had
the
torches
rubbing my
before.
fingers together motion.
All right, I will go at the front and die.
For you, my friend, that'll be 10 Dromai.
but I mean, I'm sure we have torches as a group. So if you guys want to light them, sure.
Who's carrying the very obvious torch on them?
I'll carry the very. No, I will not carry the very obvious torch. Because I'll have to drop it at some point to not be very obvious.
I'll carry it, but I'll have to drop it if we get into a fight.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Okay. You continue up these stairs. They go up about 40 feet or so. Double wide. They're the same sort of carved marble. Very mossy, so they're pretty slippery. No safety rail. Be careful as you go up them. But you don't run into any attack while climbing up to the top. You can see when you get to the top, though, there are two double doors, or a double door at the top, and you can see that they are still they have a lock in them, and they are locked closed right now. And that's all that's
My time to shine. Can I make a perception check to see if there's anything within the whatever cone of light there is in front or around these doors or above these doors?
Like traps or monsters and stuff?
All of the above.
Yeah, sure. Roll me.
Perception or investigation, sorry.
Honestly, I think it's investigation to look for traps and stuff.
Investigation, cool.
It's
all right.
it's perception to find traps. I
Is it?
think.
I
Yeah.
hate that. It should be investigation. Sure, whichever you prefer. How about that?
Well, you're the DM.
use
You choose.
My choice
Okay.
is whichever you prefer.
Okay, I will choose perception.
Intimidation.
18. If that fails, let me know.
Okay, so it succeeds. There is a
Yay.
trap on this wall, or this door.
There's a trap on the door. Motherfucker.
There's a trap on the door.
There's a trap
On the
door.
lock or on the
Or,
door?
no, sorry. Let me rephrase that. If someone was to force this door or force this door open without unlocking it, there's a spear trap that is above that would stab you. It comes down like a gate of metal.
So kind of like a portcullis.
Yeah, it's a portcullis.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Portcullis. I didn't
The
realize-
iron gate that is in front of the thing is a portcullis.
Yes, it's like
Yeah.
a portcullis with the
Yeah.
intention of stabbing you, but also locking you
Yeah.
out.
Yeah. Okay. In that case, I would like to attempt to unlock the door with my thieves' book.
Okay.
Do
Is that
I?
Dex?
1 second. I can't remember my spells. Do I have? You don't have guidance. Sorry.
Yeah. If anybody's got anything that can. Wait, hold on. Hey, I'm walking here. If anybody's got anything that can help me out, that'd be. I'd really appreciate it by now. There is some form of metal trap that falls from the ceiling if we open the door without unlocking it correctly, and I think maybe if I trigger the lock, it will cause a problem. But there's no other way to proceed, I don't think.
Then I suppose you're best not to make a mistake.
Yeah.
Your confidence. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna attempt to. So thieves to check with Dex, yeah. I'm gonna take that as a yes.
I think it's a tool check. Yeah.
Yeah, but
You
it's
have to
based on a
choose
skill.
which,
Oh, you do? Okay, yeah, it'd be Dex.
and if that's not enough, I do still have 2 psionic power dice available.
21,
So just let me know.
21 is enough.
Yeah, let's go.
It's a very rusted lock, but also the lock is rather large, so it's easier to maneuver stuff around.
Enough traction in there.
It takes you a minute, but then there's a very solid clunk as the door unlocks, and it opens on its own. Maybe towards you. With a slight blow of wind, these doors creak open on their own.
Well, it seems. Oh, sorry, carry on.
No, go ahead.
Well, it seems as though you managed this one without triggering the trap. Well done.
I do a very theatrical bow. After you.
We'll keep you around after all.
I feel blessed.
It seems you do have some use. Yeah, and then Lucera will first things look into the room, and then if they don't see anything immediately dangerous, we'll wander in.
Okay. So what you see here is some sort of meeting room, council chamber. It is not fared as well as the chamber below. You can see above you is the actual ceiling of this this building. It's a steep arch, or a steep conical arch, like what you see in the picture. There's like what you see in the picture. You can see that there are these gorgeous colored glass along the top of the cone. The light shines through them, and they seem to sparkle on their own, and it paints the room in this sort of myriad of colors. You can see that the walls around here haven't done quite as well. There's occasional cracks or just like a chunk that's fallen out. There is water dripping constantly. You can hear it thudding. And as for the room itself, you can see that there is a central map in the center, like made of stone. This large board with chairs around it. The chairs seem made of metal. You can see multiple stone sitting benches around the outside of the area made for like other council members, just people to participate in this. But you can see that there is a somewhat well-detailed, although old, map of the region in the center.
Oh, interesting.
And you can see the drip of water, the heavy drip of water, thud, 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 hitting the map itself. And you can see that there is this stalagmite that has grown out of the map itself.
Like how when you say the region, like how immediate is it? Like just the immediate vicinity of this
The
city, quote unquote, or settlement, or
the entire area surrounding the lock,
okay,
including the lands that you're from, like 10,000 years ago, as well as the wild region that you're in now.
Okay.
It is discernible. It is not accurate. Rivers change course.
Oh yeah, over the time, yeah, will do.
Exactly. The center of this table is on the lock itself, with like the lands around it, and the stalagmite like grows out of the lake itself. So most of the land details are okay.
All right.
Yeah.
So, considering we were hired to essentially like protect the caravan or whatever to explore the region, I'm presuming we've seen some kind of map of it, right?
Yeah. You've seen
like even if we don't have like exact knowledge of it, you'd know like the general layout.
Yeah, Pharaoh Whittier has the map, and he shown it to you.
Yeah.
And you can not to mention, on this map is the lands to the west, the lands that most of you are from. You can
Yeah.
easily
That's-
see where this is.
Yeah. So, is there anything that stands out on this map that we don't see on Pharaoh's map?
There,
Pharaoh.
river changes obviously.
Oh yeah. I mean, like
Once-
significant.
I know.
Okay.
Significant. There are 4 things that stand out. There are 4 smaller obelisks, one of which is positioned on where this ruin is right now.
Interesting.
And there's another obelisk that is in the wildland. Or the other side of the wildland.
Other side.
To the so you're in the northern part of the wildland. There is I guess there. Let me rephrase that. Let me think real quick. I guess it'd just be whatever. Anyways, it doesn't matter. There's obviously the northern part of the wildland that you're in, and there's one in the eastern part of the wildland. And there is one. Let's go back. Let's go to the world map. Let's go to the world map.
What?
Where the fuck? Map I need. There we go. That's good enough. Okay. Ba-ba. Okay, so obviously this didn't show the wildland. That's fine. There's a obelisk in Crestolem in the swamps at the Ghoul area. And there is an obelisk in the earldom of Ryasensk. Somebody here is from Ryasensk. I think it's
I
you.
believe that's me.
Thomas.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't know anything about this obelisk. Like this is like
Yeah, it makes sense.
somewhat in an area that is populated. There's no monument there.
Okay.
But is there
is
something under there?
Yeah. Is there anything significant about the area? Is it like a town, a city, or a building, or is it literally just some like a middle of nowhere
Ryasensk
forest?
has its own ruins, and though this place is populated now, you're pretty sure you remember like, oh, it's like a major town built on old ruins. Like they took all the stonework from it and built their own little town from it. So like there was something there at some point.
Okay. But not now. Now it's just middle of nowhere, essentially. Like there's nothing of
Not now.
significance there. Okay.
There's one other thing. The fort that you found around the lock is denoted.
Is it one of the obelisks?
No, it's not. It's just,
okay.
It's shown as a small metal stone square.
Okay. So that means that it was obviously something of significance then.
Yes, and there is another one to the east of the lock. You see, the one you guys found was the northeast. There's another one to the east of the lock, like down south a bit more.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't need to actually like show you exactly where, but I'll just note this. You guys know there's a ruin down there.
Okay. So yeah, for sure, Lucera will, especially with the one with the Ryasensk, will make a note of where these obelisks are.
Yeah, sure thing.
And you said that one of the obelisks was where we are, like now, correct?
Yes, it's directly on your location.
Okay. So that means there must be something of significance here, but we haven't. And I mean, they could just be using the obelisk to represent towns or settlements. I'm going to keep calling them towns, but whatever. Or there could be something more significant to them. Yeah, the server is just going to be probably for the next couple of minutes sketching out a rough map or whatever to make a note of these locations.
Yeah, sure thing.
I wonder if each is a sacrificial location.
Entirely possible. But you'd think there'd be something more significant to those locations then. Anyway. Would anyone else want to do anything? It's nice time.
How big is the map physically?
10 feet by 10 feet.
That's a lot of spellbook pages.
It's pretty significant.
Is there a mark or a denotation on the map of where we are?
Yes, you're one of the obelisks. It's incredibly obvious. It's like in the mountains.
And there was 2 or 3 others.
There's 3 others. There's one in Crystolum,
Yeah, one in Ryan States.
and
Yeah.
then there's one on the eastern side of the wildlands. You're in the northern side of the wildlands, so it'd be like across the plains, across the river.
Okay.
The other
So like we like here and it's like over here. Right.
on here. Okay, found the other map. Sorry, guys.
It's fine.
Okay, if you scroll to the bottom, there's the rough outline of the wildlands.
Oh yeah.
So you're currently here.
Mhm.
The other obelisk points over here.
Okay.
Right, okay.
So it is another region we're likely to be going because
It might be a bit more north, but yeah.
Farrow did mention that we're essentially going to be going around all of these locations, aren't we? Looking for valuables.
Essentially, it doesn't look like the exact location, but it doesn't look too far away from where the settlement was planning on being put.
Oh, cool. It's fine. I'm sure we can convince him to move the settlement a little bit, maybe.
I mean, if you really want to put it a blood altar, yeah.
Yes.
Apart from there being a blood altar, we've not found anything really significant in here though, so there's no reason for us to
No.
want to be closer to it.
I mean, yeah.
Unless you want blood altar sacrifices, which Sean won't judge.
Why do you think I brought you guys?
You can try.
Bold of you to assume I still have blood.
Both of you to assume I'll find something that works.
Oh, Hork, I almost forgot about you.
Yeah.
Wow, harsh.
No, there's a special note for him in case the other people would be like, "Ooh, map, ooh, relics." Hork, in case along the walls of this are several jewels.
Now we're talking. I would
so-
like to inspect the jewels.
So, it's a dome. It's a conical dome that you're in,
Mhm.
and it has 6 spines to it. You can actually see in the art here, like that, like there.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's very in the inside. It's very obvious where those are because that's where the glass windows aren't.
Mhm.
And you can see that every once in a while there's a small ruby dotted, going all the way to the top. They're
Mhm.
spaced out. They're embedded into the stone itself, though.
Are there like crenellations in the walls? So like,
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Is there an ability to climb those or try and scale them?
You don't even have to. I mean, if you want to get to the very top, yeah, but like there's some at foot level.
Oh hell yeah! I want to go. I would like to look around to make sure, or at least I would like to go over to a couple of the rubies and make sure that they don't look like they're the kind of rubies that when I touch them and press them, they depress into the wall and like gas traps like erupt. I'd like to do an investigation check if possible.
Sure thing. Give me that roll.
That's such a bad roll that I'm not even going to attempt to roll. on top of it.
Yeah, you're unsure.
Okay, I'm going to try and take one of my physical weapons because I don't think I can psychically remove them. I actually don't have a dagger, but what I am going to do is I'm going to reduce my count of arrows down to 19. I'm going to take one of the arrows, and instead of having the full shaft, I'm going to snap it off maybe 3/4 of the way down, and then use that to try, and then use the actual arrow tip to try and like. No, I've got a crowbar. What am I doing? I'm not going to do any of that. I've got a fucking crowbar. I'm going to try and crowbar these motherfuckers. I'm a thief, goddammit.
The overthinking.
Yeah, crowbar is the perfect tool for it.
I'm going to
Yeah,
use
but
these special abilities in this one interaction. I'm going to use this piece of equipment, or I can just crowbar.
So the halfling pulls a crowbar out of his pocket and starts to wedge it against one of the rubies. The rest of the party, I'm pretty sure, would see this. Does anyone want
I'm not
to
surprised.
any opinions or anything?
I right now it's a case of I believe he knows what he's doing. He got us in here.
Very
If
bothersome.
he's checked for traps, so if he's so
That's-
Kali is just kind of like, okay, he's probably taken all the necessary precautions.
That was good. Okay, Hork, you crowbar that thing out of there. It pops
Nice.
out after a good 10 seconds of trying to get it in there. Luckily, rubies are hard, so you're not gonna damage it. And you pop it out of there, and you go to pick it up. And as soon as you pick it up, you're fine, but you get an overwhelming sense of like what would be there's an emotional component here. What would be the right word to describe it? Of like just depression, sadness, like sorrow,
Melancholy.
but like nostalgia, but sad.
When the Rangers
Um,
last
yeah.
won a match.
Yeah, like sorrow.
Yeah, I guess sorrow. Yeah, sorrow. You get a strong sense of just sorrow from this thing, and the ruby is cold. It doesn't have frost on it, so it's not like it's decreasing the temperature of the air. Just when your hand touches, your hand gets cold. Like your fingers get numb very quickly from this. Would you like to throw it in a pocket, a bag, drop it? Like, what are you doing?
I don't know. Like, have you guys ever had like where you've got a cut on your hand, right, and it's causing you pain? So you squeeze your hand tighter to see if the pain like goes away the harder you squeeze.
I really
No.
hate that I have to answer yes to this.
Yes, thank you. Right, I'm like if you get a cut on the top of your lip and you can feel it sore, if you press on it for a while, the pain just goes away.
But you just desensitize yourself to it.
Yeah, Horik can feel the cold and the sorrow and the melancholy, and he like instead of putting it just away in his pocket quickly to get out of his hand, because he's not a smart man, he doesn't really understand magic that much. He just squeezes his hand tighter around the ruby, and then I think he'll hold on to that one just now, but he's going to do something.
You put it in your bag, or what do you?
I'm going to roll something. Hold on. Yeah, he lets it go, puts it into his into one of his pockets. Yeah, one of his many pockets, or into one of his bags. And he's going to look around to see which one is the next nearest accessible ruby.
Good thing.
There's clearly something very wrong with this ruby. I'll get another.
So there's 5 more at your level.
Yeah, he's gonna pop them off again, but this time instead of holding them, he's gonna try and just put them into the bag.
Sure thing.
And then
You just like shoot him in with the crowbar, essentially.
Yeah, he's gonna like if he can't pop it off of the wall into the bag straight, and if any of them hit the ground, yeah, he'll go to the ground and like kick or scrape them up into the bag with the crowbar. But he's trying not to touch the next ones. Whichever one of our two. Oh yeah, sorry.
6. That's your inventory. 6 rubies of sorrow.
16 rubies of sorrow. And who is Lucira is more magical than Madeline? That's my interpretation of the situation we're in. Is that right?
Equal.
You have a lot of very knowledgeable magic nerds with you.
I don't need to know it down. He's gonna come back with a drawstring bag and he's gonna be like, "Hey, I don't know what it is about these rubies, but they don't make me feel very good when I hold them. I don't know if that's a curse or some form of weird. I mean, it's definitely not remorse. It's not guilt or remorse. I know that, but it could be some kind of magical thing. I'll keep a hold of them, but somebody should be.
You have no regrets for desecrating a place.
Nope.
Very well. Is there something magically that could lead to this, like a spell?
yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely.
If the people sacrifice sort of fucking souls in
Yeah, I'm
the
thinking,
time.
I'm thinking like soul gem kind of thing.
Um, duh, 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 let's say soul gems are a thing, right? Which I think is reasonable.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, they're probably not so uncommon that people wouldn't be familiar with them. These don't quite fit the bill.
Hmm.
You can get like feelings through them of like there's something in this gem. But for all of them just to be extreme deep sorrow and then to be cold is kind of weird. There's something else.
Hmm.
If they're soul gems, there's something else, some other dynamic to it.
Okay.
Um,
I mean, can Lucero just like inspect one of them? See if she can figure
Yeah,
out.
absolutely.
She can just, like just figure something out. I mean, I don't think I have detect magic.
yeah, sure. If you want to just hold it in your hand or whatever.
Yeah, sure. I'll try it and see if she can figure out with what her knowledge.
Um, So, give me a knowledge arcana, or a knowledge religion. What else?
Arcana.
No, knowledge arcana. Knowledge arcana.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, I mean, they're. So you hold it. It doesn't make you don't feel cold at all. You do have the faint echo of sorrow to them. But it's not like it seemed to affect Hork quite a bit. For you, it's like I can sense that there's something here. Yeah, there's definitely something going on. But it doesn't affect you quite as strongly.
Can I try it?
Yeah, sure. You hold in your hand. You feel nothing. They're nice gems.
These seem fine to me.
There is a feeling of sorrow, but I do not feel this coldness you speak of. So perhaps it is something that is only felt strongly by those who take it. But there are numerous possible explanations for it. But that some of them potentially dangerous, but many more mundane. Keep them if you wish. They are care. And okay. So is that's pretty much all that's in this building,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Like there was only the double doors, there wasn't any other paths that we missed.
Nope, that was the entirety of this citadel.
Basically this whole place was just for the map. Okay.
And the altar. And the gem.
Yeah, well, I meant like the gem.
It seemed like a religious, maybe a council, like a what do you call it? Headquarters. Oh, I can't
Like
get
a
this all right,
temple, a
but, you know.
monastery kind of thing.
Audience chamber.
Yeah.
Pity. I was hoping for something more, a little bit, some more knowledge in such a building, but there are still others. If unless anyone else has a reason to stay, we should go and see what else there is in this place.
How
Yeah.
how high up are the rest of those gems on the walls?
Sorry, give me a second here. So 6 ribs each. There are 3 gems for each rib. One at like chest level. One is about 10 feet up, and then the 6 more at the very peak of the conical tip.
Okay. Roughly how long would it take to collect them all?
Well, Hork got him out in about a minute each.
About what?
12 minutes.
Hmm. Oh, so Madeline will kind of turn to Hark and you know, she was just kind of like counting up all the stuff, and she's going to go, Horik, would you like to collect the rest of the gems? That's not my accent, whatever.
We're all struggling here.
Yeah, I don't mind. I think they could be worth something, I guess. I'm also from the south now.
Fucking everyone's accent is just everywhere.
It has been a while.
I will speak in the third person. Madeline will then say, "You'll have to be quick." And so when he's in position, she'll cast. Is that the button? That's the button. Levitate.
Sounds good.
And just kind of help direct them around so you can pick them all up.
You're gonna have to stick your hand in the bag to do that.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fine. I'll grab them and put them in.
Okay.
One of my
Madeline,
fingers gets bitten.
Yep. Take 1d1 damage.
Oh, you mean Harbag?
Yeah, no, Madeline, take 1 damage. It bites your finger. Okay.
Slap.
Callie's just punching the bag. Okay. Yeah. Levitate. Hork, you start to feel the feeling of weightlessness. Start floating around. Mostly up, but I guess people can just push you around.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll just attempt to use the crowbar in the same way that I was doing before.
Vertically up to 20 feet. Yeah, you reach all of them basically. And you just do the space thing where you push off one ledge to get to another. And yeah, for 15 minutes or so, you're able to, or up to 10 minutes. You're able to get. Okay, 10 minutes. We'll just say sure. You're able to get them all.
We've
You would
successfully robbed this ancient place.
18 total rubies of sorrow.
Sick.
Sounds good. Okay.
Yeah.
Are we all done with this room?
Yeah.
So,
What's the ceiling of this room like? Is it in one piece or?
It is pretty fucked up. There are cracks. There's like a chunk of it on the foot, or that like foot height, that's been broken out, and the water that drips onto the table flows out from there slowly. So it's sort of like melted away a bit from water erosion. Hypothetically, someone like Hork, small enough, could like climb out on top if you wanted, if that's what you're going for.
All right. I say we throw Horik through the gap and see what happens.
please don't.
No, that's fine. Very interesting that we haven't heard anything while we're here.
What do you mean?
Those are perfect last lines. No one say anything else.
Oh yeah, from the things that were meant to be.
Yeah, well, we heard something above us, and they don't seem to be here. So it seems reasonable that A, they're invisible, B, really good at hiding, or C, they were on the outside.
Mm.
Or maybe
Or D,
what we heard was the water dripping.
they're made of mist.
Okay, guys, give me a perception check.
Yeah.
I'm serious.
Perception.
Acceptable.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hey.
Oof. Okay,
He's
guys,
looking here.
it's at that moment that you hear
That you realized you
Water.
fucked up.
you hear fluttering. You hear a large bird sound, like flapping its wings outside, and then you hear more and more and more, and it's just a cacophony of wings, of winged creatures flying, and you can see through the painted glass here. You can see shadowy shapes dart past, but you can't tell the size of them itself, just because all you see is the shadow of it. But there is something out there.
okay. You know,
There's a good like dozen of something out there.
Okay. we don't get any indication on the size, do we? Or
It doesn't sound like giant size.
okay, cool. Because there is a big difference there. Of yes, there are 12 large dragons or 12 ancient red dragons out there, and I don't know,
You know what?
12 pigeons.
When y'all got a 23, like a crit, it sounds like something of a very large bird.
Okay.
Like larger.
Oh
than
god, we're gonna have to fight a huge pigeon.
Not huge. It's like medium size, maybe
Okay.
small, probably small size. But there's a bunch of them out there.
Okay.
And they're swirling around the tower.
Okay.
I hope they're not attracted to shiny things. Oh god, I hope it's not like a flock of magpies for those bloody gems.
Their magpie senses are tingling. Someone has removed the gems.
This is a nest. We're fucked up.
It's the
The
seagulls from
horde
Finding
of
Nemo.
Mine. Yeah, you can speak with animals and hear it.
Yes.
Oh god. Okay, they don't have a way in.
Unless they peg the stone away.
I feel like we'd die in other ways before that worked, but
Yeah.
There's glass up here, isn't there? There's like shiny glass on the roof.
yeah, there was stained glass essentially.
On the
Glass
roof.
breaks easily.
Let's just get out of here.
Sleep.
Like to the other part. We can look at the other part.
Let's just not be here
Sure.
any longer.
I'm fine with this.
Let's remove ourselves from we have the ability to remove ourselves from danger. We don't have to always just stand in it and let it happen to us. Yeah, Horry's going to head to the stairs. Hey, just a bunch of birds.
Sure.
Does everyone else follow?
Yeah, sure. The serial will follow.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you guys being careful, or are you guys just going down fast?
Just meandering.
Meandering?
Normal movement.
Standard movement. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, sounds good.
Just strolling.
You walk down the 40 feet of stairs. With the moss and all that, you get to the bottom. You still hear a bit of fluttering, and then it just stops. And you don't hear anything else. There's none in here, as far as you can tell. Perception, you rolled well perception. You didn't hear any like flooding in here, but they're outside.
Waiting for us.
But now it's stopped. Yeah.
Yeah, then let's just carry on outside. We'll see what happens. Like, we've got to leave eventually.
Sounds good.
Might as well just deal with it now.
So as you're walking
While
up the
they're
doors-
while they're leaving, Madeline will kind of hang back and just quietly whisper to Lysira. Interesting that gems that make him feel sorrow and coldness, he would go to such lengths to get all of them. She kind of like laughs and continues on.
Greed is an exceptional motivator, it seems.
Warwick is typing.
Yeah, assuming since we haven't found any other exits to this place, let's
Yep.
leave.
This place is built like a fortress. Has one exit. That's it. As you're walking to the door, you don't see anything out there. Once you take a step outside, you can see on the arches that are in front of you, as well as the arches that are above you, several of these creatures perched. I'm gonna pull them out.
Okay.
Where you at?
Great.
I just forget if I grab the name or if I grab the photo.
I think it's the name.
There
Not
it is.
that. Whatever you.
Dude,
Yeah. The most
No.
terrifying of creatures.
Default man.
That looks like a bit of oh no.
these
Hey.
appear to be
Undead
unnaturally looking,
hoverbugs.
size of a seagull, very fleshy, multi-limbed, with these large mosquito-like proboscis, stinging needle thing.
Yep.
And you can see there's about 20 of them out here.
Ah, that's a lot.
And they're
Um,
all just staring directly at. Is it Lucira was the first one out?
If Horik was the first one down the stairs, so it's up to
Oh,
him.
Hork. Hork,
Yep,
perfect.
probably.
I'm
Hork, they're all
also-
staring at you. Let's roll initiative.
Okay. I was gonna say, do we know what they are? But
Let's roll initiative.
Do I need to pull everyone out?
oh,
I think he gave us thing last time.
Ah, shit, I forgot to click my token. I rolled a 15.
nailed it.
I need to change
Right.
your guys' actual tokens. I
Okay.
could have sworn that I. Oh, it's
Oh,
the
wow.
names that changed, not the HP. Okay, I'll do that later. That's
Yeah.
fine.
No, 20.
No, if you excuse me, I need to pull 20 of these birds out.
Right, while you do that, I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick.
Okay.
I don't think blindness deafness is going to work here.
What about instead of fairy fire, can you just cast actual fire?
Do I have actual fire? Let's see. Cure
Pretty sure you
wounds,
have
start poison, fairy fire, ice knife, spiny shield, veil of dolls, blindness deafness, dark vision, wither and bloom. Nope, no fire.
What about blindness, deafness, but in a cone?
What about blindness deaf instead of deafness? No? Okay. That's right.
It's okay.
Just be able to do that. Glaive things.
Oh my god, they're attacking us in formation.
They're well drilled.
They are very well drilled.
Militant birds. Veteran birds.
Know what they say? Birds of a flesh.
Die together.
Yes,
Oh boy.
Ooh, so who here has AoE attacks?
Not me.
I have one
Right.
spell slot.
Oh,
My last
boy.
time was like, it was like, how do we get rid of the people who keep fucking up all of the things I send at them? Oh, let's just send 20 burbs at them. 20 burbs. They can't kill 20 things. They can only kill one things. And he was right.
My special ability, cleave.
Yeah, it'd work. Let's see. I think that was-
God, I wish I was level 5. Or level 6, I could have Fireball.
One of my ratio traits is brave, but I'm not feeling that right now. Can I swap out for another one?
I put him to GM layer. You guys can't see him, right? Oh, but you can still see his initiative. Oh, okay.
Is there one that's bigger than all the others? Or
No, I'm just using it for
The placeholder.
initiative.
oh, okay. Oh, yeah,
I'm
makes
sure
sense.
there's a way of. But whatever.
It's fine there. Yeah.
I'll just see. I'll just paint this to denote the wall. Okay. Lucira, it is your turn.
Okay then. God, I fucking love this. The idea that they're actually in this formation. Like they've got a military leader organizing them. So here's the thing. Lucira's not suicidal. Going out and getting swarmed by them seems like a bad idea. So, I think Lucira's just gonna hold her action to firebolt one of them, if they make any hostile moves or anything that could be perceived as hostile. And that's gonna
They're
be.
eyeing you like a tasty piece of meat.
I mean, no, fuck
They're
it.
going to attack me.
They're gonna attack you, but
Yeah, they're going to attack. Anything within range.
he's like, don't want to use me. Yeah, fuck it. She's just gonna firebolt one of them. She wants to keep her distance for now.
That was good.
So, pew. A whopping. Wow, that damage though.
Let's see. Hit. It is
13.
not a hit. I'm sorry. It just flies past,
That's fine.
and they all just sort of watch the fireball go past them and look at you. And
Jazz
start
music
fluttering their wings.
stops.
Yeah.
Start fluttering their wings, and making all sorts of horrible seagull sounds.
Okay.
Lucifer, is that your turn? You'll do
That is my turn.
Okay.
They even
Uh-oh.
sound like seagulls.
Hork, these are all about 10 feet up. They're perched on stuff. So, what would you like to do, Hork?
Well, I'm a simple man. I do one thing mediocrely. I'm going to fling a dagger at the nearest one.
Okay.
No
give me a roll.
advantage. No sneak attack. Side dagger. That was a 21
Nice.
That hits.
for 5.
Okay, it pops. It was one of the ones over here, right?
Yeah, this guy here.
Okay, sounds good. You hit him, and he just explodes into gore, like
Second
like a balloon full
Second
of blood.
dagger. Lovely. Second dagger. Oh, 13 misses.
13 misses. Yep.
And I will take my movement to slip between Lucira's legs and end up back in here.
I'm gonna use roll 20. It's giving me crap.
Yep, no worries.
I have a
Probably more like
question.
here.
Sure. What's your question?
Do they win the 15 tie? Do they have more than
Player.
Okay.
Comes down to dex bonus.
Yeah, players.
Usually it comes down to
I believe it's
dex.
like straight in the rules that players win ties, and then between players, it's up to their decision.
Oh yeah, that may be right.
No, I thought it was always just dex bonus, but
No, that's the house rule because it makes more sense. The
okay.
by the rules is players decide.
I have a +3 anyway, so I don't know if that beats it, but still.
Honestly, I like the dex thing better. Oh yeah, Hork, you've moved back. Okay. It is Madeline's turn.
Cool. I was hoping they wouldn't be going first. So Madeline is suicidal. And I am going to hold action to cast a spell.
You have to declare what spell it is.
It is this spell, and I'm going to hold the action until at least four of them are in range of me. Four.
Okay, let me check something real quick. Oh, that's your turn though, right?
Yeah, that'll be the whole turn.
Sounds good. Oopsie.
Do I have that? I'll be casting it at the 2nd level.
Just give me a moment here to look at something. Okay. These ones all together are going to. I'm gonna just do them in blocks. Are all. God damn it. These 4 are all gonna go for you.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see. You said it'd be. What did they get the attack off? Because you said it would be movement. Movement would happen, then you attack. Okay, I'm basically treating the blocks as single entities, just for the sake of sanity.
Okay.
So you would cast that spell now while they moved in. Cast it before they do the attack.
Cool. 2nd level. The DC 14 strength save.
Okay. I'm gonna roll this for each of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 survives. Is it for half damage?
Half damage, yeah.
They're all dead. They all swarm on you, and it looks like they're about to stab you with their proboscis. And then you cast that spell, and dark tendrils come up, and they all just shrink into little bird skeletons.
Yeah.
Multi-kill.
Now for the rest of them.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
That's why I was
these-
debating over the number. I was like, will I wait for like 10 and like take 10 fucking hits?
Okay. These don't have. This shouldn't have damage roll.
Concerning.
Come on. Okay. Does 14 hit? What's your AC?
16.
Miss. Hit. Hit. Hit.
Of course.
3 hits, yeah.
Let me see here. Okay. I've never seen this before, but they actually have 5 damage. Like, there's no roll for it. They just do 5 damage to you. So 15 damage total.
Wait, really? They don't have a damage roll?
Yeah, it's because it's not like an attack. It's weird, dude. It's like an
I
ability.
want to. I'll wait until after the combat, obviously, but I want to look that up. That's a really weird. There's only one other creature I think that I can think of that doesn't have a damage roll.
Yeah, okay, I'll just copy and paste.
Are you sure? I mean, because I was going to do it after.
It's written strangely because it gives here. It has that.
The target loses. Oh yeah, 5. I mean, 1d4 plus 3. It's just a
But
5
why
is
does it say
5 is
why-
5 is just the average. That's
But I've never seen them post the average before.
most.
That happens in
Yeah.
a lot of the
Most-
roll 20 Dan and
Really?
sheets.
Yeah,
I'll say the
they're-
average next
Okay.
bit.
A lot of them, it'll just like because there are some DMs that don't like having damaged dice because it can make it like very spiky.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
you might base like you might build an encounter based around doing average damage or something, and then
I'll do so add the 15 back to your Emma roll 3d4 plus 8.
Okay.
Also, having the average there lets you know how powerful a
That makes
creature's going to
sense.
be in attacking.
Yeah.
Should have
Wait,
took the 5s.
Wait, hold on. Does it do immediate damage or at the start of the Sturge's next turn?
Yeah.
I think it will be.
Hit. The Sturge, the creature, attaches to the target while attached. While attached, the Sturge doesn't attack. Instead, at the start of each of the Sturge's turns.
So
Oh, you're
So they
Fucking
use this
right.
turn to attach.
Oh,
my
yeah. So
So this is a
yes.
weird
They're
creature.
just the giant fucking mosquitoes, aren't they? This is what they
Yeah.
are.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the first attack is to attach, and every action after that is to just deal this damage.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
I don't think- I
Much
don't even
less
think it
dangerous
takes-
than I was hoping.
I don't think it even takes an action. It just happens at the start of their next turn.
Okay, sounds good. And time to do the rest of them. I'm gonna have these ones fly in. What's their range? 40 feet. I think that's enough to get in here. Really, I should have just. So they're gonna fly in here, and they're going to go after the 2 people that they can see. Actually, Callie, they wouldn't go after you at all because they know you don't have blood. I imagine these things can smell it.
All right,
They don't have
guys.
the
See ya.
biggest
Bye.
noses in the world.
These will
Take, take care, guys.
Yeah, that makes sense.
These ones are going to go after Madeline as well. Okay. Let's do 4 attacks on Madeline.
Yeah.
They're just attacking you. 1, 2, 3, 4. Only 2 hit.
2 hits, yeah.
Just a note on them. Tony, stop being a pain in the ass.
Do you want to just roll the damage for that and I can take it on. It's my next turn or their next turn?
Their
Their,
next
Their next
next turn. So you would have a turn before that.
Yeah. So if you've got another Arms of Vidar, Value City
I have no spell slots left.
is mildly unfortunate.
Okay, and the other one is going to go for you, Lucia, the 6.
Yeah, that makes sense. Thank you, Quinn.
1,
Thank you for
2,
that.
3, 4, 5, 6. How many of those years?
3 hit?
So I got 4 rolls there. Oh no, sorry.
Oh no! See, that's why I
Yeah,
put that.
yeah.
Yes,
dash.
thank you. Dear God, thank you for putting that dash. Yeah, that's 3 hits, and I am okay with this.
Okay, sounds good.
Actually, yeah. Hang on. If they meet my AC, they
Meet
hit.
it
Correct?
and beat it. Meet
Yep,
it
cool.
and beat it.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I'll just take it
As opposed to what?
as opposed to shield.
Oh, okay. Okay, Callie, what would you like to do?
Sorry, Luciera, but Madeline is in more danger right now.
That is fair.
I'm going to cast Wither and Bloom, centering on Madeline.
Okay.
Use a spell slot. So it is 10-foot radius, centering on Madeline. So I'm guessing it'll.
Yep.
All of
Definitely everything.
those con save, or take 2d6, or half on a successful.
How much damage does it do?
Like I said, it does 2d6 or half on a successful.
I'm gonna tell you right now, it doesn't matter if they save or not. Let's see.
It's a 2d6 roll, so roll the 2d6. That'd be roll
Three.
the 2d6.
Yeah, that's enough.
They have something like 1 life or something, don't they? Isn't it?
They have more than 1 life, but they don't have that much.
It'd be cool if they'd be much more dangerous if their life increased every time they sucked blood out you.
Yeah, I agree.
Also, Madeline, are you injured at all?
Yes. At the
Do-
moment, not much, but
Would you
Yeah,
like
next
to?
turn.
Would you like to roll a?
Oh, wow.
Would you like to roll a hit die then?
That's a great
To heal.
spell.
yeah, I will.
Oh, I like that spell. Holy crap, that's great.
But
There
honestly,
you
no
go.
one was. Just-
So
Nice.
three.
Pop.
th-
Like
So-
balloons,
Max.
and all that blood just goes directly into you.
Else, yeah, 8 in
my
one
God.
go. And that's my turn.
Sounds good. Lucia, you're up.
Cool. Here's a thing with positioning. Which are the ones that are attached to me? The ones with the icons?
Yes.
Cool. I would like to move to here, which I think I can do because they're. Actually, wait, what size are they?
They are small.
Oh, never mind. Then no, I can't because I can't move through them. I thought they were tiny because of the icons. That is fine then. She is
Oh,
just.
I see. Hold on, I see the misunderstanding. 1 second.
Yeah, sorry. It's just because I can move. Yeah, there we go. It's because you can move through. You can move through tiny things, but you can't move through small things.
By the rules, they're tiny, but I made them small.
Oh, yeah, that's fine. Done.
Yeah.
Either way, it means like I can't position where I want to. I'm just going to cast a level 1 Burning Hands.
Okay.
I will position it in such a way that I will get as many as I can, but I think I can only get 3 here.
So just directly in this direction, right?
Yeah.
You're getting Madeline and myself, sure.
If I can just do it something like that.
You can. Yeah, I think you can get 2 because they're right on you. I think 2 is reasonable.
2?
Burning Hands. Yeah, it's a cone. So
Okay, in that case, I will change things. I'll cast Magic Missile instead to kill 3 of them.
yeah, sure,
And I will just use it on the 3 that are attached to me.
sure thing.
I think we've established that damage doesn't matter. So
Not a magic missile. They do like
It's
1d3 plus 1 or something.
1d4 plus 1.
Yeah.
So
that's-
they're doing a minimum of 2 damage.
okay, and you just going for the ones that are already attached to you?
Yes, she'll literally just like scream or she'll just like scream, "Get off me!" or something like that, or "How dare you touch me!" and just blow them up with magic missiles.
Sounds good. Work. You're up.
Hey, there's people near me. I can get advantage on these attacks. I'm going to move over to. Oh wait, okay. No, I'm going to move over to this side. I'm going to take an attack against this one.
Yep.
Throw an attack with my knife. Side dagger with sneak attack. Wait, I get sneak attack because he's next to someone, but I don't get advantage. Sneak attack.
For max
16. Was 16 hit?
Yep, 16 hits. Absolutely.
For all that good 16 damage. Biggest overkill. And then I'll fling an take a dagger at the one closer to me.
Yep.
Offhand. Oh, it's a nat 1, which I can
yeah.
re-roll because I am a halfling. But it's a fuck.
Oh shit!
Misses. Wait, that's not how it happened. Misses again. Yeah. That's
Misses again, but not quite as badly.
I didn't drop it. I just missed.
Yeah.
okay, Madeline, you're up. What would you like to do?
I will go and save my compatriot by stabbing them with the glaive.
The compatriot with the glaive.
Yes.
And it... All right, evaporated.
It does the Final
No
Fantasy
additional
just fade
attacks.
away.
Yep.
Yeah.
I have no additional attacks, so that is my turn.
This thing's gonna try and fly away. Lucifer, can you give me an attack roll? Oh, attack roll opportunity.
Oh. Nope.
Miss. Madeline, can you give attack roll opportunity?
Yeah, that'll do.
You hit it. It lets out a weak seagull-like cry right as it before it gets cut in half and then pops like a balloon. Okay, the floor is covered in blood now.
You said it like it's a bad thing.
Smells. Yeah.
Is everyone okay?
I'm better off than I started.
You're welcome.
Oh no, we were attacked by enemies and we got healthier. What? Yeah. It used up some spell slots though.
Yeah.
Well, fuck me.
I think we figured out why no one really
voice.
stays here.
Yes, such creatures would certainly drive off smaller prey at least.
So I'm
Perhaps that
guessing
is
that's what the nest is.
Yes, that would be a fair guess, I think. If nothing else, it would be strange for them to stay if there was a more dangerous creature here, so perhaps that is all there is. But there may be more, but they do not seem...
There's probably enough for them to feed on to survive, but nothing too big to wipe them out.
Perhaps, but either way, then it seems we are more than capable of dealing with such pests, so we should still investigate more, unless people feel the need to retire for the day.
I can't cast that again today, but I'm still okay to carry on.
Cool. So if I'm ready, there's like living space or something. I think you mentioned to the right of us now.
So I'm gonna move all this stuff off.
Yeah.
So you're currently in the tower.
Yeah.
The entrance. In this direction, there were like built up like living areas, houses, sort of thing, 3 stories tall, stone, and then you can see it's like a straight road that branches off. So there's other stuff on the side, but you can see it down the road. There is a large cavern opening, or I guess since you're in a larger cavern, it'd be like a smaller cavern on the side there.
Yep.
And then on this direction is the more like ornamental arches leading into something smaller area, like a walking area of 10-foot high corridor.
Well, I think that off to the right, it seems more promising to me.
I agree.
So then let's head in that direction.
Okay, sounds good. You walk down here and you start walking across the bridge. You can see in front of you, like I said, that has that fancy arch. It looks similar to the arch that was at the fortress.
The
There's
one that
differences.
fries undead.
No.
No?
That was a force field that fried undead.
Okay.
The arch was just a ornamental thing. In
Okay.
the fortress, that's what led to the armory and
Oh, you mean like an arch in the arch inside?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
They are
okay.
inside. You can see that there are there's a double door here, recessed into the corridor a bit, similar to the door that you found at the top of the tower here.
Okay.
Okay. As you guys are walking along, you hear, like halfway along, you hear some more flapping. Similar to the same flapping you heard from the seagull, the sturges is what they're called, the little mosquito blood-sucking abominations.
Yeah, mosquito
Um,
bills.
You hear flapping, and if you look up, I mentioned it earlier, there is a large like hive thing hanging from the ceiling above the citadel, and you can see that there's more of these creatures coming out of that hive and flying around, and they're circling around the citadel, like the ones from earlier were. Like a couple dozen, like 20 or so, 30. And then you come to the edge of the end of that bridge, and you have the similar door. It looks locked, similar sort of lock there. And while Horik is looking at this door, you hear the flapping get much, much, much louder. Within about 5 seconds, it goes from, oh, there's some things flying to it is deafeningly loud. And you can actually see from where you're at. Like I said, the door is recessed in a bit, so you have to walk like 10 feet out to see the hive, and you can see that there's more than 100 of these things circling around.
Oh, yeah, we might struggle with that without more AoE spells.
Yeah.
So that's a lot.
What if I just fling a dagger at the thing attached and it falls to the ground?
What would you guys like to do?
And not get killed.
Cool. You know what? Because
Survive.
is that some kind of check I can make to know about just like are they would they be used as guard dogs, or are they just pure wild creatures? Are they magically created?
Knowledge nature.
Knowledge nature. I can give you an attempt. That's adequate.
They are just horrible little bastards. They're a parasite. No one really keeps them. As far as you know, they're not kept as a guard dog or like that.
They are just like a wild pest.
They're just a wild pest. They don't tend to get this big in civilized areas. They'll sometimes like shack up in ruins and cities and stuff like that, and there'll be like a hive of like 20 of them, and they'll like prey on individual people until people find the nest and burn it out. Obviously, no one's been here to pest control, so this thing has gotten out of control. They obviously have some sort of food source, so they're doing pretty well.
The food source is
over 100 of them are very much a danger to you guys.
Yeah.
100 of anything's probably a danger to them.
Yeah, at this point, 100 rats can probably do us in.
Yeah.
Okay, I have a plan.
100 staring talking twos from a barmaid.
Hide.
I get my spell slots back, then I stand out there in the open and I hold action until 100 of them surround me.
Jesus.
and then I'll follow up with my spells to keep you healed up in case.
Yeah.
And to be fair, I do have 2 flasks of oil, so maybe we could just fling them. We could wait, have them all land on Madeline, and then when they're on Madeline, cover them in oil and light them in fire.
That's the worst that could happen. I just look at Horik and it's like, perhaps you should open up that locked door quickly, please. Even that
He cracks his knuckles and he says, "Enchanté," and then Ben, he doesn't know French. French isn't a real language, and he bends down to the door and I'll try and do the lock. Did we get any inspiration from last turn? I don't remember getting it. I think it was just 2 of the party that got it. I am going to attempt to unlock the lock using my thieves' tool with dexterity. Oh yeah! If that fails, I have psychic stuff.
18's pretty good. It's an old lock, so yeah. Yeah, you're able to unlock it. It chunks open just like the one from before. And you push it.
I look inside for traps.
It's at that moment, if you had failed, they would have gotten to you. But at that moment, they start to change from a swirling mass and they start dispersing. I don't know. I think it was Madeline or Lucera who's actually looking at them at the time. Many of them are coming down towards you, but many of them are actually going upwards out towards that crack in the ceiling.
Ah.
And they start swarming down to you, and they don't know how to. They're hesitant to go into that narrow cavern or hallway corridor where you're at. But it's at that point where you hear the chunk open, and then Hork open the door.
Cool. One quick thing. With my check, do I know? Can they like see in the dark, or do they?
Yeah.
They can.
Yeah, they're bats essentially. They have dark vision.
They're mosquito bat birds.
Yep.
Terrifying.
Welcome to D&D.
Yeah, that's fair. All right, cool. So it means it's not like we can sneak out in when it gets dark or anything, because they'll still see us. So,
Well, there's a story of a halfling who managed to sneak past a dragon, and the dragons have dark vision, so I think it'd be fine.
they have like everything vision.
I know. Hork may survive. But anyways, the door opens, and would everyone like to go inside or stay out here?
I mean, I stroll inside because they don't go after me.
Yeah. Kelly's fine, yeah.
We'll just send Callie with a message that says "Get help."
Come here, Kelly. Come here, Kelly.
Is he laughing
Depend on
now?
who you would want to send that message to. Because a bunch of them just went topside where the caravan is.
Oh shit!
Oh, fuck.
Right. How many are we dealing with that's like still left?
50.
Yeah, that's still a lot to
That's
throw
too
at us.
much.
That's that. Again, if at a couple levels, maybe, but not yet. That's
Just-
still a threat to us. So like, we can't just freaking run past them because they'll attach to us.
We have no way to send them a message, do we?
No, when I said send you with a message, I meant like literally just send you. You're not under threat. You can walk
Oh.
out of here.
Can I just do a marathon? Just
Yeah.
the bats will get there first, but at least we tried.
At least we tried. I think we just have to fucking let them deal with it.
They're gonna have to
I
stay
mean, it was-
inside whatever caravans or carriages. Or
They have,
whatever.
They have an open wagon.
well, yeah, but there's nothing we can do about it.
Yep.
And it's
So
not.
anyways, everyone runs in the door, right?
Yes, essentially.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
We tell no one that we angered them.
Close the door behind you.
I mean,
It wasn't me. It was the one I met.
You close the door behind you, and the fluttering of wings goes silent very quickly. The noise can't go through this thick metal door, but you do hear after a second the clawing and the pecking at the door itself as they try and get in, and they quickly give up, and you don't hear anything on the other side.
Except from a tiny little beak, using a tiny little thieves' kit too.
Fucking birds.
God, such abominable things.
Thank God they don't have thumbs.
The corridor that you find yourself in is a carved out, smooth, professionally done corridor. It leads inwards at a slight decline. There is no light source. No torch was prepped, I think.
I'm
we have one
carrying
light
the
already.
torch.
Callie still has a torch. Okay, good. Callie still has a torch. Some of you have dark vision 60 feet. This corridor extends past 60 feet. It is wide enough for people to go two abreast. Who would like to go in front?
I will take the front.
Okay, sure thing. I'll go as well.
I'll be second line with Madeline then.
So wait a minute. These things can see in the dark. Are they nocturnal? Well, I mean, I think they can't be nocturnal, but it's really weird that they'd adapt to have night vision and not be nocturnal.
If
I
you
mean-
live in dark
that's-
areas, you could be
that's-
non-nocturnal and also have dark vision, right? Like if
That's why
they're native
fine
to
during
cave
the day.
systems.
That's
Not-
why I find during the day they just prefer the night, but they're not like blinded by the light. They're fine.
All right, okay.
You're right that it for something dark vision or something like this, it'd be unusual for them to hunt at day. Maybe something disturbed them.
Hmm.
Hey, they came after us.
I was being very quiet,
Anyways,
sort of.
Okay,
I'd like to point
So we
out that
continue-
go on.
we continue down this hallway in the formation shown. It's very tight, but two people can fit against each other. As you continue along, the sides of the walls go from being flat, perfectly curved, to symbols, to designs. Who here can speak? Hold on, let me see. There's Elvish. Some of you speak Elvish.
Yep.
What's that one? Oh, what's the one weird ass language? That one-
Madeline has it like
Umbral.
Umbral.
speech.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It
I
is
have-
a mix of the two. Yeah.
Okay.
Umbral. Okay. It is Elvish. It has a strange dialect of Elvish. Or actually, one second. Give me a second, please.
Is
Give
there
me
any
a s-
primordial or draconic?
There is no primordial or draconic. I'm sorry.
correct.
Okay. Madeline. You see. Okay, you have Elvish and Umbral. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Madeline, you see that curved here. There's symbols and art and stuff like that. Some of the symbols you don't understand. You can see that there is Umbral language on it. And you can see that there's Elvish. It's not just Elvish though. It is the dialect of Elvish, or like the special, I guess, dialect in written language works well enough. Of the Shardarkai.
Oh.
You can see that it is a sort of a mythologized history of a history that you haven't heard anything about. Like bits and pieces seem familiar, but it seemed like it was an exodus of some sort. Like the people here had served someone, some entity. They don't name the entity, but there's references to a thing. It goes from like some sort of servitude of some sort into a exodus. You see references to a war, or like not a full out war, but fighting against. And then you see a blank part of wall after that. Like they didn't finish the story.
And there's like nothing past that. It kind of just is blank from then on. Yeah.
It's blank for a portion, enough for them to add another part to the story, and then you come to another set of doors.
Okay. As Madeline's kind of like walking down the corridor, she kind of like running her fingers along it as she's kind of reading it. You know, that kind of like slightly odd way that people do. And if people like kind of query her on it, she'll kind of relay the story to them, read out segments, and kind of say like, "This is the story of a version of a story of my people."
I mean, I think Lucera definitely would, because Lucera understands it partially because she speaks Elvish. So it sounds like, because you said it was like a combination of the two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, probably just going along, and from what she understands and what you're saying, she'll probably try and extrapolate. Okay, so this means this, and just try and get the vaguest, like obviously it's not going to be understanding Umbral, but as in like like the vaguest ideas of it. This that sense of so that this means this in Umbral.
Okay. You come to the double doors in front of you. Another set, some of the previous ones. These still locked. Horik, you've done two of these doors. It's no issue at all for you. You open this one as well.
God, I'm good.
Um, and you open the door, and in front of you is a decorated room, almost like a crypt, with three what do you call them? Like stone coffins,
Sarcophagus.
sarcophagus.
Sarcophagi.
Two of which are open and the lids are off, and the third in the center, the lid is still on. We are going to take a break right there.
Oh,
No worries.
Good to
I hope if this is your attempt to try and get me to cool down and not pop the goddamn lid off that thing, you are so mistaken, buddy.
no.
Horik, nothing would make me happier than you finding immortality and living forever.
That shit's coming. Oh,
Okay. A 15-minute break. I need to make some coffee and some other stuff. We'll come back. 15 minutes from the hour. Yeah.
there we go. I jumped to the toilet.
Right, let me just equip my mace and my shield for when I smack Hark over the head.
Oh,
Just cast Shillelagh on my staff.
Everyone good to go?
mm-hmm.
Yeah, ready?
Carol, you there?
Darrow?
Okay, there you are. Okay.
Yeah.
That's good. The four of you find yourself, you open the door, and you see in front of you is three, I think there's a better word, but I guess coffin works well enough, made of stone. Two of them have their lids open and they're empty. The one in the center, you can still see that the lid is closed on that one. You see the room is somewhat decorated. The floor is covered in a green moss that is spongy to the touch, and like steps on into it. But other than that, this room doesn't have anything particularly remarkable about it, other than the three crypts in the center. The sarcophagus. That's what it is. It's sarcophagus.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
What would you guys like to do?
I'd like to take out my crowbar.
Does Callie see that you're going to go and try and open the last one? Like, are you making it obvious?
I'm not like it's not a foregone conclusion just yet.
Okay, well, Callie will
I have to
just
inspect the sarcophagus. I'm greedy, not stupid.
Callie will just walk up to you and just pat you on the shoulder, casting resistance.
Mhm.
It's like if you're
You
gonna
approach, Madeline will go, "Do not," and then she'll kind of start reading any sort of inscriptions or anything that are on the gravestones, the sarcophagus.
Sure. Do you start with the unopened one or the two empty ones on the side?
Whichever's nearest.
Oops, give me one second. So the left one is open. You can see that there is a name on the sarcophagus itself. Where the hell is it? You can see that on the name. It is like the. It has titles to it. It's a person's name. You see the titles are mostly in Umbral, but you see one that sticks out to you is in like Elvish, the Sharakai sort of tongue. And it's a uniquely Sharakai word. The word is Kith Lord. Kith Lord is something in Sharakai culture. It's like respected elder, a leader of a community. There are other titles there in Umbral. There's deifics, the wise and kind, and you know the wise word would be his like main title.
Are there remains in the thing, or is it empty?
You don't see any remains inside. You see nothing inside at all, actually. It's an empty box. You look at the other empty one. Similar thing. It has Kithlord in Sharakai Elvish, and other deifics. The name, the main deific would be like the heart of the people.
Okay.
If you look at the center one, the one that still has still has the lid on top of it, it has Githlord, other deifics. The main one is the Hand of Fury.
Right. People. Hand of Fury.
Word of Wisdom, Heart of the People, Hand of Fury. There's.
Okay. Okay. Keyboard.
As far as your cultural upbringing, Madeline, how much of like what was your situation growing up? How much do you think you were around Sharakai people? Did you grow up in like a tribe of them, or is it like bad word, like civilized people?
It was basically my parents, myself, and a few kind of close, so maybe like 20 or 30.
Okay. And you lived in like cities and stuff.
We kind of had like an estate in the lands we're in.
Okay. So yeah, there's like your parents would give you brief history on your people, and like a lot of stuff doesn't seem to compute at all.
Yeah.
You don't know about an uprising. You don't know about any sort of interaction with vampires, for fuck's sake. It's kind of odd. You do recognize Kithlord, though. Kithlord is a very honorary title.
I will turn to Harik, and I will say, if you damage this sarcophagus, be it your life. And she'll gesture to open it.
All right. It's just a stone sarcophagus with like a lid on it, right?
Yeah.
It's not locked or anything.
No.
I mean, okay. I'll try and use the crowbar.
It's a very heavy sarcophagus.
Yeah, I'm gonna need assistance.
Okay.
I can, I can probably get it up, but people need to grab it. I'll try and use the crowbar to pry it up.
Callie will look at
Okay.
the two stronger people. On you go.
Sure. If Madeline wants this thing opened and is going to do so, then Lucira will assist.
Give me a strength check, everyone who's doing this.
Oh, baby.
Hork, can you give me advantage because you have a crowbar.
Still not going to be great.
I'm a step back.
I'm going to assume that doesn't work, so I'll use one of these to see if it pushes it over. 11.
And then Madeline, are you helping at all?
I think if I see them struggling, I would,
They're struggling.
but it'd be somewhat reluctant.
Wait, I thought you wanted this thing opened.
It's more, it's he's going to open it anyway, but
I was going to leave it.
in a
Oh, wait, yeah.
respectable way.
Well, miscommunication. It's already being opened.
I thought you gestured in for him to open it. I thought you wanted it open.
Hey, look, we're opening it now.
Yeah, it's already being opened.
I'm
Oh,
sitting there trying to sit on the thing.
trying. It's not
Fantastic
open yet.
miscommunication.
It's not open yet.
Okay.
That's an
Let me know if that 11 succeeds, because it does things to the dice differently.
Sounds like a
That-
star fail.
It's like a group
Madeline-
check.
So Madeline, you are
If-
helping?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's enough to kick it open.
Cool.
You crowbar it, and it lifts up. And you guys lift it up like 45 degrees or so. And out shoots this familiar black mist
Oh,
that just
son of a-
starts to engulf the room. Before this happens, you can see that there is a body in this sarcophagi. It is dry. It is in ceremonial-looking clothes that have rotted away, and there is a iron stake in this thing's heart. Its eyes are open.
uh,
Can everyone give me a Constitution saving throw, please?
Horik, you have advantage. No, not advantage. You have plus D4 because of
plus D4.
resistance.
Where is it?
That isn't poison, it's just like a sleep effect, isn't it?
Well, no, because I think that was wisdom previously.
Oh, this is a con save? Is this poison?
Well,
It is not poison.
it's something, but it's con.
It looks very much like poison, but it doesn't act like poison. It has magical
Okay.
nature to it.
I have +4 to Constitution. Alright.
So that means that this black smoke has been involved in 2 of these now. Or black.
You
black-
want-
black-
Okay. Everyone's good except for Callie. Callie, you see your friends open this casket and black fog shoot out, and then just explodes out into the room, the small room that you're in. You see black tentacles. So the fog shoots out and it settles on the floor in a second, and then you see black tentacles reach up and start to grab your friends. And they fight them off okay, but many more come at you, Callie, and start dragging you into the fog itself, like into the ground, as the floor starts to lose its solidity. And everything very quickly goes black for you as you're pulled into this. It feels like cold water, very cold water. Maybe it's a familiar feeling to you, actually. Lucira, Horik, and Madeline, you see this. You guys, you've dealt with this stuff before. I imagine you just like cover your. Well, I don't know if you cover your mouth or not, because it's definitely not an inhaled thing. But you get that fuzziness in your perception, like the sides of your vision start to darken, and you just see Callie collapse across the room into the fog that's settled on the ground. It's about 2 feet deep right now, but you guys are okay. There's no tentacles or anything like that. But you're the longer you stay in this room, the more it's going to hit you. This stuff seems more potent than the stuff that was at the fortress.
Is it still pouring out of the coffin, or is that it?
It
Or
is like an ice, like a dry ice. It's
Yeah,
just
okay.
oozing out of it.
Cool. Do we see anything significant within the coffin other than the corpse?
You see the stake in it,
Well, yeah.
and that's it.
Okay.
Its eyes are
Oh,
open.
it's
Are
dried up.
they-
It's dried up. It's the eyes would be dried up. The eyes are open because the eyelids are sort of like dried away. You can
Ah.
very clearly see vampire teeth. This is a vampire.
Well, I mean, the stake was also a
Yeah, I
hint
know,
for
but I wanted to clarify.
that.
Maybe they just stabbed a dude in the heart with a.
Maybe they thought it was a vampire, but wasn't, and they went, "Ah, shit, how bad."
Yeah.
Okay. Well, if there's nothing else significant, honey, we should close this and
Yeah, cool.
try and put the lid back.
Who was it that was studying the ruin of the altar earlier? It was you, Thompson,
Me
right?
would have been me.
Okay, when you see the vampire, it immediately like clicks for you. That was what was weird about those statues. Those statues weren't of elves; they were of vampire. The ears, the features were too long. Like it was odd earlier. They were definitely had like the same proportion as vampire. That's what clicks.
Okay, yeah, that sort of makes sense because if it's the whole place seems vampiric. I mean, you said the structure was vampiric history, so yeah, makes sense that this is a settlement of vampires. But
also a settlement of Sarakai, apparently.
Yes,
Which is an odd mix.
That does seem to be an odd mix. However, that still seems important that we try and close the sarcophagus.
Yeah, that thought only lasts for a second, and then you're like survive mode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Revelation later. Survive now.
You guys let go of the sarcophagus and let the lid close.
Yeah.
Okay. That happens. The mist still seems to stick around. It stops flowing out of the sarcophagus, obviously, but it's still stuck to the ground, and Callie's completely disappeared under the mist.
I will run over and try and grab Callie out of the mist.
Sure thing. Hey, Callie, can you roll me a 1d8? Or I guess I'll roll it. I should roll it.
Okay.
6. Callie, you have the unusual feeling of drowning, which is not something you've experienced for a long time, especially since you don't breathe.
So what, did he just... Not really the burning in the lungs, it's just... I think there's water in my lungs. How unusual.
No, it's still the struggle. It's still the burning, like, instinct of having to get out of this, that something's like...
Yeah,
stopping your functions. It burns. It's cold and it still burns. Yeah.
That's very bad. I suppose Callie has memories of the smoke doings as such, so he's just so like. What's his sensation? Is he like floating? Does he have a sensation of just standing?
He is being pulled down into a watery abyss of complete blackness that you cannot see anything of.
Okay, he is going to basically just like keep hold of his like quarterstaff close and like close his eyes and just be like, okay. They might pull me out like last time. Let's see.
Okay.
Let's see.
Can you give me a wisdom saving throw?
Oh,
you shoot back up out of the fog, completely fine.
Such velocity, I hit the ceiling.
Maybe out of instinct, you take a deep breath in and then realize you don't have to.
It's just
you're okay. You're
just
okay.
panting like that. Was mighty unpleasant. Did anyone else fall into water of some sort?
Just you, buddy.
We were able to resist the effects,
Hmm.
but that is the second time we have encountered this. God, the accent changed again.
Mhm.
I just catch it sometimes when I'm like midway through the sentence. It's annoying. That is the second time we have encountered this black mist in these ruins that were marked. Seems they are most definitely connected somehow. Oh shit! I just fuck. Wait. Actually, no, because there's still black mist around, right?
Yeah, it's sticking to it.
Cool. I would like to take out
other room?
no. I would like to take out the power crystal. That crystal we got from those other ruins.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I want
sure.
to see how the black smoke interacts with it because from what I remember, it seemed like the black smoke was clinging to the container we found it in.
Yes.
So I want to see, like, is it drawn to the crystal or?
Very slightly. Like you take it out, nothing happens. You put it close to it, and you see tendrils of the mist start to like draw up towards it.
Okay. Interesting that it seemed like a lot weaker effect here, but maybe it's just down to quantity. There's a variables it could be, but it's a lot weaker than it seemed previously.
It's building up. It's like percolating slowly. So it may. I think you're intelligent. It'd probably just be a matter of time before it encompasses it as much as it was in the last place.
Okay. It's very interesting that this blacksmith seems to be connected to arcane magic and arcane power somehow. Like it seems to be drawn to it. It's very interesting. But yeah, we just we desecrated the tomb and got nothing. But
We got
Yeah, we got the
information.
friends we made along the way. Oh yeah, no information. That's better.
there isn't anything more to this building, is there? It's just a tomb.
It's just a tomb. There's no more on the end of this.
Well, it seems that there is not too much significant here. This is another dead end, it seems. That was not an intended fun.
Will we take a short rest here, or
Maybe not in this room.
Yeah, the mist is still there. It's sticking.
oh
to
yes,
it.
sorry, yeah. I forgot about that. This is behind the double doors, but still corridor outside, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
If you guys stay in this room, make you guys roll another con save because
Yeah.
it is like
Yeah, well, there's nothing else here. I mean, there wasn't anything on the walls, any more writing or anything.
no. It is decorative stuff. Not of any actual.
Yeah, so it seems as though this place is just there to bury those three significants.
Yeah.
Sorry, was it? Were those three titles? Were they the three different sarcophagus, or is it all?
Yes, each of them belong to a different sarcophagus.
Each of them. Okay. Yeah. We should get out of this room then. If there's nothing else here,
yeah.
we should.
Is there any reaction from the fog with regards to me in any way?
Let's see, Madeline.
Like it's not doing anything
Okay, so here's the thing.
particular, or
I understand your question.
yeah.
No.
Okay.
It's it's like a no, it doesn't have it treats you the same as it treats the other people.
Okay. No bother. Right, out of the room we should go then.
Okay. Well, you guys are in the corridor with the art and the history. The door you came in originally is still like you peek it open and you still hear like flapping about. So either end of the corridor is a danger. Anyone want to do anything, or you're just gonna wait it out?
Well, something Madeline wanted
What
to
do you guys like to do?
first.
I don't know if that's beneficial to anyone else, but I'll at least get my.
It's slightly.
I don't know if it needs like healing or anything like that.
I'm okay for now.
I'm okay, but if, at the same time we are also trapped between a poison, not poison fog, and an unknown amount of
So
Sturges.
we're just gonna call it a short rest. Does anyone want to do anything while you're stuck here? I understand it's like a corridor, but does anyone want to do anything while you wait?
I would like to take note of this revised history, like write it down in a journal or something like that. So
Yeah,
as soon as it's like different to what I know, sort of thing.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. Can you give me a investigation or a investigation? Do you have investigation as a skill?
No.
Do you have knowledge history as a skill?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take knowledge history. That works too.
Okay. I'm going to use my inspiration for advantage on this. I think it might be important.
Okay, sounds good. 21.
There you go. My thing was scrolled. That's why.
Does anyone have anything that can buff that?
Nothing. Nope.
No.
Okay. Madeline, now that you have seen the vampires and you know that vampires are interlaced in this way, you can see references to them. It wasn't clear earlier because they weren't like, oh, the vampire. It was like the Kith Lord. At some point that like changes in what it means, or like how it's presented. But it looks like the what am I to say? The references to what they were trying to escape. You have like half an hour to go over this. The references to what they're trying to escape. It is very vague on what it is. Like they don't want to say what it is, but they do say it once, and it is in reference to the Raven Lord or Raven Queen as the thing they were trying to escape. They are very like the descriptive of what they give for the Kith Lord vampires is reverent and kind. It's some sort of like as a savior, as like the power to escape. And it looks like that something about the vampire is what was the key in escaping from the Raven Queen, and led to this sort of exodus, this coming to this plane and making a civilization in this plane. And it has reference to they had some sort of way of keeping her out of this plane. It doesn't specify how. It was just like the great wisdom of the Kith Lord led to our freedom and our protection against her interference. There were other entities on this plane which still worked with the Raven Queen, and that's who people were fighting against. It's not clear who that was, but there was definitely some sort of small-scale war that was involved with that. So she wasn't able to directly influence this plane, but she still had followers, like she still had influence in some way, shape, or form. And it seem to have ended abruptly because the carvings just stop. There's no like lead up to the great battle where we finally overcome, or like the great solution which we have. It was just done.
Okay.
This is different than the history that you were taught. You know that the Shirakai, your people, and the Raven Queen have like ties.
Mhm.
You don't know anything about a specific like revolt. That's kind of seems like a big thing. So maybe it wasn't like all your people, or maybe something got changed in the last 10,000 years.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, if I mean, if half the stuff is true though, they had some sort of great power. They had great magical expertise or knowledge or something like that that gave them the edge.
Feeling that their great weapon is possibly the Black Mist. Mm.
Well,
Let's see, Madeline, what's your intelligence?
12.
Yeah, the only time you've seen the Black Mist is having been used against them.
Mm.
so it seems like the Black Mist might be the Raven Queen's weapon.
Yeah, that
Hmm.
seems the most like, because the fortress, he found it, and it was messing with that force field, and then you find it here as part of a keeping the vampire thing there. Anyone who tried to get to it would be hit by it, and it definitely, like what Callie described as sinking into the water, definitely gives vibes of the Shadow Realm.
Would the fortress or the previous ruins? Why would they have, if they were allies of the vampire? Why would they have a force field that stops undead?
I don't know.
I don't either, and I don't like it. It is I'm confusion.
Maybe they were friends, but then they took their like snacks or something.
Yeah, I mean that's fair. I mean, my friends steal my snacks, and I definitely invest in anti-them defenses.
Hey now, look, just because you're not vindictive and violent doesn't mean that we're not. I mean,
No,
they're not.
I was saying I would. I'd do it.
No, fair.
Alrighty then. That is interesting. Well, one of us.
I imagine.
So I
Madeline
was. Well,
scratching
yeah.
this.
Is Madeline saying all this, or is?
I'd be transcribing it, and then if we're kind of sitting down eating or whatever, I'd probably be like a bit of what's the word I'm looking for? Fervishly kind of going, oh, this is completely different to what I was told. Like, who are these people? What's this? And kind of going through it a bit, but not
Cool. So, given that I am,
if you ask to kind of like read the book or kind of, oh, what's written there, like I hand it over because it's like an interesting thing to me, sort of thing.
Yeah. So, Brian, given the fact that I'm from Ryasensk, however it's said, can I make a check on vampiric history?
What is your specific question?
Like anything that might corroborate what's going on here? Is there this idea that vampires had a connection somewhere, or
you can roll history? It's gonna have to be a very high roll, though.
I will make an attempt anyway.
Yeah, that's fine.
Not that.
The level of history that they're talking about predates Ryansk by a massive amount.
Okay. Just thought.
Yeah, as far as you know, like the vampires in Ryansensk and the vampires that are on the other side of that door, if they're like related, it's by 10,000 years. Like you don't know.
Okay, that's fair. There is something. There is a level, or there is a significant difference in the level of history here. Yeah. Wish his cough would go away.
Just ask her nicely.
About to go away.
Mhm.
I'll try it next time.
Yeah, if you don't ask, you don't get. That's what I've been told.
The region that we're in, like there's so much undead and stuff, and with things like vampires and stuff, are they able to survive above ground in sort of like daylight and stuff? Is the land like overshadowed and stuff like that?
No.
Or is it
I
just-
mean, so there's a volcano to the southeast that goes off all the time. So it's a bit shadowy, but you also have clear days depending on the wind.
okay.
I don't think vampire. Let me check vampires. I know there's some
They
like
don't die in
sensitivity.
sunlight. They're just burning it. Yeah, like they
Yeah, they just
like
don't regenerate.
Teaser.
They just don't regenerate if they're in sunlight or running
Yeah.
water.
Like Teaser.
I was just wondering if it was kind of a case of something happened to cloud the skies and then they just left the underground sort of thing, and then so
No, they can leave right now.
It's just unpleasant for them.
They probably have already.
You should take the stake out of that vampire's heart and ask him.
Is
I'm tempted.
that how vampirism works? You can just take the stake out and they're alive again?
I actually do
so-
think that's how it works. You take it out and then they turn into the mist form and regenerate.
Okay, guys. Let's give me a. You know what? You rolled history on vampires, Lucira. Hey, Lucira.
I think I should have a reason to know this. Yes.
Madeline would know this too. If you put a stake through a vampire, it paralyzes them.
Yeah.
It only paralyzes them?
Yeah. You need to cut their head off or burn them, I think.
Yes. Also,
Fire.
Oh, what? Okay.
10,000 years stuck in a coffin with no food, being paralyzed in whatever the fuck that mist was. I don't think they're gonna be sane.
Mm.
It made Callie, whatever the hell Callie is, feel like he
Drowning.
was drowning.
God, can you imagine being trapped in what is basically a lucid nightmare for 10,000 years?
Tens of thousands of years. Okay.
With a really bad song
Holy
stuck in his
shit,
head.
How the fuck do you permanently kill vampires then?
You cut off their head or you set them on fire.
You kill them, you put them in a meat grinder.
No, you don't do that.
I'm genuinely questioning here because I thought staking them was like you killed them and put a stake in the heart and then they're permanently dead.
No.
Oh, here it is. No,
I'd be serious.
hold on. Sunlight. Here it is. Sunlight hypersensitivity. Vampires take 20 radiant damage when it starts to turn in sunlight. Okay, that's cool.
Oh.
Okay, let me see here.
I think it's basically sunlight.
It's sunlight. It's sunlight sensitivity.
You have to kill them when they aren't regenerating. So you'd have to either kill them when they're in running water or in sunlight.
Yeah.
After you kill them, they are like go into a sleep mode. So basically, you have to like kill them and then haul their coffin out into the sunlight.
Yeah, I also think like they can only regenerate in a designated place, like their coffin, right?
No,
No, they
yeah, you're right.
When they go to mist form, they can only reform back in.
Yeah, they reform back in their sarcophagus.
While it has 0 hit points in mist form, it can't. I mean, vampires are common enough, so this is fun to go over all this. It has 0 hit points in mist form. It can't revert to its vampire form. It must reach its resting place within 2 hours or be destroyed.
Yeah. So if you have like a party kill them in mist form, and then you get to the thing, you wouldn't get there before them. But hypothetically, you had someone standing there and you destroyed the coffin, they could
They have to
die.
rest for an hour.
Yeah.
You get him before then they die.
Like if we took him out of that, if we took obviously Horik doesn't know this, but if you were to take the body of that vampire out of the sarcophagus without removing the stake from the heart,
It'd still be paralyzed.
He'd still be paralyzed, and then destroy the sarcophagus, all 3 of them, and pray he doesn't have another one. I suppose. Remove that.
I think they can only have the one, like they're magic.
Yeah, I think that's the same as well. But just in case, but like remove the stake, all right. And he came back. If you can manage, you don't think you would be able to, but if you manage to kill him and he went to his mist form and doesn't have anywhere to go, probably die.
Right. So, but currently it's still quote unquote alive, unalive, whatever the fuck vampire. I mean, they're undead, but whatever the fuck you count that as.
It still exists.
Yeah. So it's still alive now because the coffin's there. But they literally just decided, now fuck it, we're not killing this thing. We're gonna stake him and then leave him in this.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever this black mist is.
Yeah,
That's mean. That's horrific.
It's
that's
very
a punishment.
Also, wait, which one was this? Sorry?
This is the hand of fury.
This is the Hand of Fury.
Oh God, no! Don't take the stake out.
The word of wisdom and the heart of the people are possibly out and alive because their coffins are open,
Or they've been perma-killed.
or they've been permanently.
Although, I know, because you have to destroy the sarcophagus, don't you?
No, you can kill them in sunlight or in running water.
Sun.
That means they can't regenerate, but
Wait, no, because I thought you said you had to take the sarcophagus into sunlight or sun.
Hold on. It when you kill it, take it down to 0 HP, it returns to its coffin. If it can't do that, it dies. Once in its coffin, it needs to be there for an hour to regenerate. If you kill it,
But-
if you stab it again within that hour, it dies. Or
can it turn into the mist form and running water or sunlight?
no, it can't.
Okay, so if you kill it
In
In
sunlight or
sun-
running water, it dies.
it perma-dies as well. Okay.
Yeah.
So there's a non-0% chance that they are still alive, but there's also an absolute non-0% chance that they are just perma-dead. So so basically we have nothing. We have no information. Both
We have-
possibilities.
We have hope.
We have a whole lot of possibilities and not a lot of certainties.
However, by the honorifics, I would kind of, as a player here, I would take a guess that they were probably released by their people, because if they're the word of wisdom and heart of the people, if their people are still around or whatever it is, then they were probably released because they are, beneficial to the people. Whereas Hand of Fury sounds like possibly a tyrant, and that's why they were left in essential torment.
Maybe, but you'd also think that if they're buried in the same sort of level of honor, that the Hand of Fury could be anything, because it could also be a great warrior protecting your people. It could be a guard.
Yeah.
So we have a whole lot of possibilities, but no real answers yet.
Hmm.
But like you said, I also don't think if this, because sorry, which one was he the Kith Lord as well, or is that all of them?
All three are Kith
All
Lord.
three are Kith. Okay, all
Yeah,
three are
Kith
Kith
Lord is
Lords.
an honorific of an elder leader.
Cool. Okay, so the Kith Lord applies to all three, but they each have their own stuff.
They're all Kith Lord.
Okay. Because man,
Yeah, so if you guys want to meet the vampires,
there it
Mhm.
is.
Sure.
I'd prefer to meet one that's sane and communicable.
Yeah.
I mean, we
think
can just remove the stake and hope that he's still sane.
And hope. That's,
yeah.
that's the important part there.
Do you think that because vampires are tied some way magically to their resting places, if we just beat the shit out of these sarcophaguses or sarcophagi, that the vampires might return here?
It's assuming they're alive.
They can have multiple sarcophagi. I don't have to have one.
Oh, really? They can?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Let me look. I'm almost certain.
I'd say it's probably like most things. They probably can break their ties and set a new one or something like that.
Yeah, but that's...
I'd imagine they could set a new one. I don't know if they could have two at the same time, but
Yeah, that seems like fucking killing a vampire would suddenly become very difficult.
Mhm.
We've destroyed the sarcophagus. I mean, I have 27 of them. What's your point?
Well, you just have to chase him back to the one. You just follow the mist to the one that he has. Or even if he has 20, he only goes to 1, and then you go that 1, and you stab him again, he dies.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah, but I imagine that mist can probably travel fairly quickly. Probably a lot quicker than most.
Yeah, a lot quicker.
So here's the thing. I have shape water. If I was to pour a water skin in the sarcophagus and then cast shape water to make it flow around in a circle around it, will that just kill the vampire in the sarcophagus? Is that
regenerated?
Um,
Also,
I'm not answering such a question.
Also, hang on, no, because yeah, he might still be insane. I don't.
The
fucking
mist moves
know.
at 20 feet around. Okay. I'm not doing hypotheticals, guys.
All right, guys. So here's the thing: do we want to try and take off this vampire in the vague hope that he's not insane and wants to murder?
Oh God, no! He's going to murder us all.
Because I'm just he is still a vampire that hasn't fed for tens of thousands of years, and 3 of us have blood in us.
Yeah, Callie doesn't have blood.
Yeah, Callie's fine.
Oh fuck yeah! Then whatever you guys want to do.
No chance.
I mean, yeah. But, seems like it would be a bad
That seems like the dumbest idea we could possibly have.
So let's do it.
Yeah, that sounds like a good reason.
I have prepared for it.
And I have prepared for it. By that, do you mean you are ready for a TPK? Or 3 out of 4 of us?
I'm not doing hypotheticals.
All right, guys. Okay, I think we've got everything we can from here, but we know that there's a vampire here that may or may not become relevant later on.
Let's report back to Pharaoh.
We can try, but there is still another. There's still another wing. There's like the living quarters, and we still don't have a whole lot of information in this place. It would involve making the run past the Sturges twice.
I'm okay with that. Let's go.
I have 2 spell slots now, so I can cast thingy twice.
I mean, Callie can go by themselves.
Yeah.
And then fail con checks again.
Yeah, but run into black mist, and then we just wonder where they are.
No. The black mist is behind you guys.
I'm sure there'll be some more.
More black mist. Yeah.
If people want me to have a quick scout, I can have a quick scout.
That's a good point, actually. Yeah, you can just send you out and see what the situation is like.
Yeah, I will brave the outside.
Okay. Yeah, you open the door. There's not a bunch right there at the door. You open the door, take a step out. You can see that the horde of them is gone. There's still a couple like fluttering around, maybe like 20 for the entire cavern. Let's see. Yeah. It seems safe enough for the party to come out.
Yeah, there's
it's at that time where you see something move past the sunlight on top of you. Large wings, not small, large wings, and you see something that could be described as a giant bat pluck one of these sturges out of the ground or out of the air, and fly off with it into another part of the cavern.
Okay. There's always a bigger fish.
There's always a bigger fish.
God, have you just stuck every vampiric creature in the fucking planet here?
It's a vampire city. What do you expect? The pigeons are vampires, and
literally,
you have to have giant vampire bats.
I know.
It's called aesthetic.
So Callie,
I think it's called thematic, but yes.
Oh yeah.
Callie pokes his head back in the door and says, well, there's not many of the small bats left.
And
I did see a big bat eat a small bat. Or at least take it away. I'm assuming it's going to go eat it.
Would make sense. But if there is not many here, then perhaps it is now is a good time to explore the living quarters.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just be prepared for bigger bats.
That is fine. Singular creatures are easier to deal with than the horde of sturges.
Okay.
That's
Everyone leaves the corridor, yeah?
yep.
Okay.
Leaving the vampire to his continued eternal and torture.
Yep. So are we going to the living quarter? The other area?
Yes, I think so.
Okay, sounds good.
So, what time of day is it now?
It's
I
probably
can't imagine it's been
one-ish.
too long. Okay, yeah, there's still time.
You guys started in the morning. It's about 1.
Yeah, I was gonna say it can't be too long, even if we spent an hour there.
Yeah.
Let's living quarters it up.
Okay.
With the second cavern actually.
It leads to another opening, another cavern connected.
Oh, sorry. Okay, it's basically down the street. Okay.
It's like having 2 caverns next to each other with a hole punched between the wall between them.
Okay, and then let's carry on to the living quarters.
Yeah, it looks much smaller, not like this one where it reaches up to the very top. But anyways, yeah, you guys go forward. To the left and right of you are these stone buildings, maybe carved into the stonework itself, maybe just built up in masonry. They look livable. They're old. Maybe check before you actually go in them. They don't give you a great deal of confidence in their sturdiness. I'll put it that way. But there's a good amount of them. You have the main street that you're on, and then to the left, and then halfway down this main street, it has a street that goes off to the left and a street that goes off to the right. These are smaller streets. They're not as big as the main street you guys are on that leads to the other cavern. Would you guys like to explore these left and right streets? They don't go very far. They're just like additional buildings. Or would you like to continue on to the main street to the next cavern?
Split up, one each.
No. No.
Yeah, gang, let's split up and look for clues.
Let's carry onwards onto the Batcave.
Sure. I mean, we can always investigate the buildings when we come on the way back.
Oh, I'd like to investigate the buildings. I just don't want to split up.
Oh, okay. Right, I mean,
Yeah. Okay.
Let's go left.
sure. All right.
Okay.
Let's listen to the little man for once.
You go forward, and it's very quickly it changes from a residential area to some sort of industrial area. These are probably like the mines. You can see like a rail cart system, mining cart system set up. And as you take your first steps into this separate cavern, you see it's not huge. It's maybe like 40-foot tall, spherical, and it has multiple branching like tunnels dug off of it. You can see that there is a very old, maybe unusable, maybe usable, like smelting system here. With a I used to know all the words for all these terms. But basically, a smelting system. The big metal bucket and like to boil metal and get slag off and stuff like that.
Right.
Yeah.
They're rusty. They're shut down. Maybe they work. You're not really sure. But you can see multiple cart systems heading into the walls here. And you just see a bunch of rock that had mined it. You don't see any metals here set up. Would you guys like to go into some of these the smaller caves, the mining shafts, or do you want to investigate this area more? Or would you like to do?
And they're probably just mining shafts. I don't know how much of value we can find there. Oh, much. Well,
I mean,
saying that, see, the whole reason we're here is to find ore. Part of the whole reason there was to find ore. So, I don't know. Yeah, fine. Let's go investigate them. But they could be so colossal, though. Yeah, let's
go to the main like workbench areas and stuff like that.
Yeah, sure.
Just have like a glance around.
All right, let's do that then.
Okay, sure thing. So you can see where the ore is taken to, and pressed, and then you see there is a massive forge there that's meant to like heat it up and pour it out. And you even see an ingot press, although the hinges are all busted. Um, I don't know if there'd be any. There's no like residue of any metal here. Any that would be here is still in the bucket, and it'd be cooled down, so the slag would be covering it. So you don't really see much of anything. I guess it'd be basic knowledge. Yeah, that's about it. There's not much to really tell from here.
Okay, so and is there anything at all to indicate what metal it could be?
Not really.
Okay. Yeah, not a whole lot of information there to go off.
Mm.
Well, we know there was working some kind of metal, so there's definitely something here.
Yeah, we know that there was working some kind of metal. I did find the ingot of unobtainium.
So you found two
Cavern.
different metals. One of them was a lead silver composite. Can't remember what it's called right now. And then you also found that ingot of adamantine.
Yeah, and that's what I meant with unobtainium. And that's got to come from somewhere. Although, actually, I don't remember because the adamantium was next to a corpse, yeah, and I think was it humanoid or?
It was a humanoid corpse.
It was a humanoid. Okay.
Really, it had like calcified
Yes.
and fossilized. So it's
Okay, so
really
there
not
is
about it.
possibility that it's from here. And if it is, and if there's still any adamantium here, that would be a very big find. But it also seems like if they did have an adamantium mine, oh fucking boy, this place would be richer.
Yeah.
But shit. I mean, I guess. Yeah, and the thing is, if we trying to get the forge up and running enough to melt the slag and find out what metal it was would be way too much work, so we can't really do that. So, do you want to go down into the mines itself and see?
Probably the easiest way to do it. Either we try to find a way to melt it and figure it out, or we go into the mines and look for raw ore.
Yeah, see what ore we can find there. It's a possibility, but as in, I imagine the mine shafts might be fairly expansive.
All we have to do is find some evidence. You don't have to explore every little bit.
Yes, but the thing is that the bits that are closest to the surface are probably going to be mined dry,
Yeah.
So we
they
skip
have to
them.
go deeper.
which means we'd have to go to the depths, which are
Yeah.
fairly expansive.
I mean, I have a lifespan that can do it.
All right, guys. So, do we want to explore the mine shafts, or do we want to head back and find something else?
Mine shafts, I think.
I'd say head back. We've got other areas to look at, and we haven't gotten to like the main living areas yet. We don't want to be kind of in here nighttime, so
Okay.
that'll be my vote anyway.
Harak and Lucira.
I mean, I think we're not going to find any finished objects down the mine shafts, but I have no problem trying to look through them.
I think we should go explore the other areas first. If we really need to, we can come back to the mine shafts.
Okay.
Yeah, I have no problem with that.
Okay, let's go explore the other areas first then.
So let's go to the right this time.
Yep. The opposite of left.
Well, so that was at the end of the road. That was the furnace and the mine shafts, stuff like that. So you guys said not to go to the mine shafts. You're going back to the main road, and you're gonna check the off streets, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, cool.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so down one direction, the left from where you were going earlier. There is so it's like it's living area. They had a good amount of people here. You can see that there's some sort of circular layout here. It looks like it has this another one of these statues in the center. But it's like one of the figures at rest, like sitting, with their hand on their geez, I can't think of the word. Their face, their chin, and at rest. And you can see that there are like it seems like a marketplace. Like there are stalls of worn down wood scraps. You can see of where were sort of stalls. You can see like metal dishes and things like that that have survived the erosion of time. Clay pots that have been fallen apart and to barely keep their shape. It looks like some sort of market. There's not a lot of value here at first glance. That's it. It's a dead end of this.
All right, that's fine.
I would like to check the registers of all the market stalls.
There are no registers.
There's always money in the banana stand.
give me investigation check.
Should do it, Hark.
You find one coin, one silver coin.
Hey, something.
It is a very, very old advanced coin. You don't recognize it.
Ooh, then it's gonna be definitely valuable.
I find a collector.
The coin has the three humanoid figures on them, like as a representative council almost.
Okay.
On one side, the other side has a dollar sign.
Oh no, we're in a different part of America. Oh god.
We've entered the real hellscape, America.
Louisiana.
Okay. That's quite interesting to know because that means that if the symbol was all three of them, it means that it's not like these three were leaders during different times. It seems that they were like a trio.
Council together.
Yeah. The council, or however you want to describe it, leading different sections. Who knows? Who cares? That's interesting.
Okay.
Well, I guess hang on. If only one of elves and vampires would have really long lifespans. So yeah,
They would.
even a single generation of people could have a long enough life to be imprinted on money and all that jazz.
Yep. I mean, vampires have infinite life.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Until someone puts a stake in them, even then, not enough to stop them. Clearly.
Yep.
You have to grind them into meat and then add silver and then sausage the meat, and that's how you do it.
Sausage, the meat, and a garlic casing.
That would do it. Okay. So this is the market. You guys are done here. You go back to the main street and you go to the other offshoot. Same thing. It's a bit of housing, and at the end you see a building. It is like I can't think of the right word. It looks like an inn. It is.
Oh hell yeah, we're going in that.
It is 2 stories tall, and it is significantly wide. It's at the end of this, and it has the same sort of circular area with houses built around the side. But then this is the inn is like the centerpiece of it.
Hmm.
Yep. Anyone who speaks Elvish, you can see that this tavern has a name. This tavern is named the Oathbreaker's Respite.
Wow. I mean, I'd say grim, but if from what we've heard, the history of this place is that it's made from Shadowkai that split away from the Raven Queen, which would make them Oathbreakers.
They didn't seem to mind it.
They don't seem to mind. So yeah, that's it. Sounds really grim, but it feels appropriate. That's fair enough.
Who would like to be the first to enter this tavern for
I will.
the first 1,000 years?
Okay.
I
Okay.
will.
Does it
Is-
immediately collapse and kill him?
It doesn't. It's made of stone, and it is made.
Stone never
significantly
collapses.
Stone cannot collapse.
It is made very well.
Hmm. I enter and I look around for the barkeep.
There's no door. The door it's just a portcullis. There was a door there, but it's not there anymore. You take a step in. It is black. It is dark in here. Do you have a torch?
Yes, I'm the one carrying the torch.
Okay, sounds good. Well, it's been a while, so you have a new torch. And you look around, and it is definitely a tavern. You can see that there, same with the wood. The would it be? Dear God, guys, I think the tables would be made of. Would it be lead? No, that'd be ridiculous. The tables.
And very bad for the health.
I mean, would they care?
Well,
No, just wooden tables that have,
Yeah, I imagine if you've got a long life like an elf, you really don't want to lose much of it to fucking lead poisoning.
Yeah, sure. No, lead's fine. It's sweet. Just add to your food like salt. It's all good.
I fucking no.
Anyways, wood tables, they're all collapsed. The chairs collapsed, all that stuff. There is a bar, a traditional bar made of stone. You can see behind it a large cask that has crumbled and fallen in on itself. You do see next to that what do you call it? Like a wine of bottles organized there behind as well,
Okay.
and those seem intact.
Sorry, did you mean bottles of wine?
Bottles of liquid.
Because
In a line.
What you said they're wines of bottles.
Oh,
Lines.
lines. Rows of bottles.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, right.
Callie-
Bottles of something.
Cal-
Holy shit! Aged
Cal-
for tens of thousands of years.
Callie will approach the counter, lean on it, and just call out service.
There's a little bell there if you want to ring it.
I ring it.
Nothing happens.
I'm not gonna lie, I was really hoping you'd lean on the bar and the thing would just
Collapse. I was half thinking that might happen.
I really wanted you to just do a Only Fools and Horses fall.
Madeline kind of jokingly
Yes.
jumps behind the bar and goes, "Oh, what would you like, sir?"
Your finest bottle of whatever that is. And he points to the rose.
There's the gankiest looking black fluid in one of the bottles.
There is definitely something there that has a very I don't know how to describe the bottle other than musty.
Musty.
Musty. That just conjures up fucking changing room vibes. Jesus Christ.
Oh
Oh,
Yeah.
why'd you
And
have to say that?
there's a wine opener right there, and you
I would like to pop it open.
the cork just falls apart immediately into the bottle. And if you pour it out, there is liquid in there, and it is. What were you going to say something?
I'll say like pour a little bit of liquid, sort of dip pinky finger into it.
It is.
Rub on your gums.
It is a brown, sparkling liquid.
I would
It's
like.
still
I would
carbonated?
like. I would like to
shimmers,
taste.
It shimmers with torchlight.
I
Not
would-
syrupy. It's liquidy. Yeah. You
I would like to
it.
taste it, please.
The liquid bites back.
It is a weird concoction of molasses and vinegar and something other unearthly in it. You can't quite. There's something else there.
Poison.
It's alcoholic.
Yes.
That's all I tell the rest. Like, yeah, it's alcoholic.
and then promptly collapses.
Yeah, the perfume it gives off is startling.
But think how much we can sell it for. Wine aged for tens of thousands. People will go nuts for it.
Aging for tens of thousands of years doesn't
Greatest.
necessarily it's going to be good.
Balsamic vinaigrette.
Yeah. Like aging stuff
Yeah.
lasts.
To be
well
fair,
for a
if it's-
little while,
Yeah,
if it's-
not
if it's
hundreds of
bals-
years.
Do you think the rich people are going to fucking know or care? They're going to look at that and go, holy shit, it's aged for tens of thousands of years. It must be good. I'll put it on a shelf and never drink it, and I'll brag about owning it.
Yeah, or we just say we found bottles of balsamic vinegar.
There you're
Yeah.
talking.
But that doesn't sell for as much.
No, but we can actually consume it.
I would like to go into any, if there are any drawers or any storage spaces anywhere that has things or stuff.
Lucero would like
Looking
to.
for things and stuff, guys. I'm going to looking
Okay.
for some things and stuff.
Okay, you're going through the kitchen, the bar stuff, right?
Yeah.
Lucero would like to look for the different rooms if possible.
Well, I'll get to you in a moment. I'm gonna go with Hork. Hork, give me an investigation check, please.
Hold on. Investigation. I'm good at this because it has my name in it. Get it, Sean?
Roll the dice.
I'm bad at that because if that fails, I have D6.
How many?
I get.
I would, it succeeds. I would recommend you use that D6.
Sure. 17.
Okay. Okay, that's good. So you open up one silverware,
Damn.
like made of proper silver. These are very
Okay.
nice.
Nice. Into the
several
bag.
pounds of silverware. Fetch a good amount of money. For 17, one of the drawers is locked.
Fuck yeah. I would like to unlock the locked drawer.
Give me a lock bit here. You get one
Okay.
chance and it bangs open and locks.
Well, we can just destroy it and open it that way.
You can also do that.
Why do you think
Thieves'
Nirokai's battering ram was called Thieves' Tools?
I'm going to use my last 1d6 on that just in case.
Okay.
No, 12.
That's not gonna do it. It's a very well made lock.
God.
It's rusted and it's old. Yeah, if you're gonna need help to open this one.
I hit
Crowbar?
it with my
Horik
grenade.
is failure, so he kicks the fucking drawer. Yeah, I'm gonna need. I should have started
Crowbar?
shouting. Yeah, crowbar. Yeah,
it's yeah. You whip the crowbar out, and I think that's very obvious to everyone that you're crowbarring shit out of the bar. You
Who would have
you-
thought Horik using brute force to get into something that has something in it?
To be fair,
Yep.
Hark should get improvised weapons trained and just use the crowbar as his main weapon.
I mean, there's no danger. It's just a drawer. I don't think there's a check necessary.
It's a mimic drawer. It dies at the
You pop open the drawer, and you can see that there is a single small container, a glass jar with a metal lid. It looks like it's not meant for shaking. It's like you can get a pinch of it. You open the lid and you get like a pinch of it.
It's just nothing.
If you look inside, like you can see there's metal dust on the bottom of it, and you can see there's like a small measuring spoon, like a pinch is what it would measure out. And the metal in this shimmers with the torchlight quite beautifully.
I'll put that into one of the bags. Some form of metal.
And then yeah, I think that's all you're gonna find. There's a bunch of liquid, let's call it. Okay. Lucira, was it?
Yeah.
Who was looking to talk? What would you like to do?
Just in going through the different. If this is an inn, I'm assuming that there's rooms to stay in and whatnot, right?
Right. So you go to the top, and it's like it's like those like Western saloon sort of thing where it's the bar area is the entire first ground floor and then part of the first floor, and then there's like a balcony, a walkway in the inside that overlooks the bar, and like separate rooms off.
Yeah.
You go over there, you look inside. They look like just standard rooms. Nothing's particularly special about them.
Well, no, I didn't think so. But if
Sure.
these are rooms that people stayed in, it means stuff would be in there.
You don't see any you don't see like closets or anything like that. You ever been to a brothel before?
No, I actually can't say I have.
Okay, well then, yeah, never mind. It's a hotel. How close are you investigating these rooms?
I am probably going in there.
Okay, give me investigate, or give me perception or investigate, whichever you prefer.
Prefer investigation.
You find like whatever bed was there has gone. The bed frame is still there, but metal, or wood, but it's eroded and all that. You go over to the pile of what was once furniture and you kick it around a bit, and you can see that there is some things made of metal. One of them looks like a cat of nine tails. I'm gonna leave the rest to your imagination, but it looks like implements.
That like count as a whip, or
Yeah. I mean, you could call it a instrument of torture if you're closed-minded.
I mean, I'm just saying, could I count it as a whip in terms of a weapon?
Yes, you could count it as a whip. It is
There's
entirely...
also these strange studded paddles, which could be considered a club.
Yeah, I know, right? No one wants to see that one coming.
There are there's metal clips some sort. Don't know how those would be used in torture, but yeah, they're there, and yeah. But yes, there's a metal whip. Or yeah, it'd be a whip.
That's fine. God.
I think it would be not a morning star. What's the other thing? Morning star with a chain.
Flail.
A flail.
Flail. It'd be a flail.
Oh God.
Okay. That's much less useful for me. Okay. In that case, and I'm assuming there's just stuff like this in all the rooms. So it's,
Yeah.
So it's not an inn at all. It's a brothel.
Each are different themes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and each of them have similar implements.
Okay. Yeah, in that case, this is a lot less useful than what I wanted.
Lucifer comes down with like 6 cat of 9 tails. Like, look at all the stuff I found, guys.
No, I mean, having seen what it is, Lucifer is
Yeah.
probably not gonna fucking take it. It's not worth their time.
Hmm.
I was hoping for more like belongings, history,
No,
that sort of stuff.
not gonna find much of that here, unfortunately.
You said it was an inn. You lied to me.
Yeah, I jumped around a lot. I also said it was a saloon and a tavern.
Yes. Well, the Afrin. Anyway, okay, Lucifer's not. Whatever. No.
Okay, sounds good. We good? Everyone satisfied here? Anyone grabbing any bottles of horrific?
Madeline.
Yeah,
what
I took
Yeah, I take one.
4 of them. So
Sounds good. Just call them 10,000-year-old bottle of whiskey or something.
Bathtub hooch.
Yeah. 10,000-year hooch.
undrinkable shite.
It's balsamic vinegar. You put it with our rations.
No, undrinkable
Bottle of
shit.
shite.
Undrinkable
Just like a
shite is
salad.
just Guinness.
Big
Oh,
salad.
come on.
I think you've just made enemies with most of the party.
And
I know-
literally everyone.
I know exactly what I was doing. All right.
God damn it.
So is PvP allowed in?
Maybe
Yeah, my
PvP was already started. In case you forgot, a certain someone fucking
Can I
pickpocketed me.
Can I roll a
I
did forget.
pickpocket check to steal Lucira's all of her items, just everything?
You get a feat. That's what we talked about.
Oh, cool. I would like to rage.
Guinness does taste like fish, though.
Okay,
Do
no,
you
here-
want
No.
to-
So here's the thing, Sean, hold on. Export Guinness that's made outside of
Oh,
Ireland
that's true.
tastes
Yeah,
very different.
I understand. I agree. Yeah, that makes
I
sense.
just don't like beers.
Some places have nice ones over
There
here.
is also like some certain bars that you go to where I used to hate Guinness, and now there's certain bars that I go to and it is fucking delicious.
If they have the proper
but
pipes
if
and the
drink
proper
anywhere else, it's
nitrogen,
tastes like shit.
if they have the proper nitrogen mix, like pipes installed and have
Okay.
the right ratio, it's amazing.
I'll try it out.
Yep,
Anyways,
very good.
Let's refocus on the.
Yeah.
Is everyone done here?
I think so.
Yeah.
So much else to do, is there?
Yeah,
I believe everything has been explored in the city. If anyone wants to do anything else, let me know.
yeah. Unless you want to go down the mine shaft. Do we care much about it?
I think we should go back and really take a look.
I feel
Alright.
like if we said, oh yeah, there were mine shafts. No, we didn't have a look for any minerals. That it would look bad on us.
All right.
Yeah.
I mean, it's also we don't even need to mine it. We just need to know what's in there.
Or just
Right.
take a sample and bring it back.
Yeah, or a sample. Yeah.
Yes, let's go.
Let's go.
Go to the surface.
No,
No, we're going to
mineshaft-
the mine shaft.
Okay. Sorry, there was. Okay, sounds good.
Circus.
Surface.
Oh, surface.
Yeah, there's a random circus in this dilapidated underground thing.
Okay.
I'm just saying, if there was a circus here, we should all just leave immediately.
Fire
Um,
circus.
So, all each of you picking a different mine shaft, or how are we doing this?
That sounds like a terrible way of.
Everyone
Oh,
goes down to a mine
also-
shaft altogether.
It's
Yeah.
either it's a fantastic way, of great way to get ourselves killed. So no.
Also,
Everyone
we
goes
should be marking routes we have gone so we know the way out.
Okay, that's easy enough.
Let's go.
Some charcoal or something like that. You just mark the entrance. Okay. You guys go one of the mine shafts. One of the lower ones, is a mine cart system there, so you can easily just follow it. And it definitely has been dug out. As you go down further, it takes about 5 minutes of going down at a good steady, like 20 degrees. About 5 minutes or so of just walking down. This is a massive stone they've carved out. You can see that the walls start to sparkle. And it appears to be more of this silver lead mixture of ore. As you continue down a little bit more, you can see the sparkling starts to the walls start to sparkle quite a bit more. The silver ore becomes quite a bit more pure as you go down. And then with the end of the mine shaft, you can see that there is oh, sorry, let's say it's dug out, but there's like pure silver here.
Let's take a sample and bring it back.
Sure. How about this?
Okay, everyone okay with that plan?
Yep. Yeah, that's good. I'm fine with it.
Do we want to check any other of the routes to see if there's any other metals, or are we happy that it's just silver?
I think we're fine with this. Like,
Okay.
we got the important part that there is a valuable mineral here. Everything else is up to them.
Yeah, silver, and some of it's quite pure, and you already have a forge there. It'd be very convenient.
Are we taking that sample? Sorry.
Yeah.
We are. Might go. Yeah, cool. That's a good idea.
Well, that's our work for insert name. I keep forgetting. Big
Pharaoh.
boss Pharaoh.
Pharaoh
Uh,
Whittier.
Yes, Pharaoh. That's our technical work for Pharaoh completed. So we have the
Yep.
choice of either we keep exploring for ourselves or we try to make it back to them and hope that the small back creatures haven't caused too much damage.
Or just
I mean, how many were there in the caravan?
people, like 5.
Yeah. Like how many people? Yeah.
There were 12 Durgar, Melindrak, and Pharaoh.
Oh well, that's actually that much more than I thought. I thought that was like
But
more.
also like
I thought that was
4
more.
touches.
Yeah, that's what. But I thought the caravan would be significantly bigger than that. I thought those were just the important people.
No, that's just the expedition. It's not a full like settlement caravan. You guys are out here to do. You already had scouts sent out and find general areas. Your guys' job is to find, actually, like do the investigation, get your hands on evidence.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And
They might.
after that will be the
they-
settlement.
Yeah, they might be in
Yeah.
trouble.
Yeah.
We head over to them then.
Well, yeah. Let's head back.
Yeah, let's head back.
Also, was the material galena? Was that?
Yeah,
the-
yes, that was it. That was
Cool.
the iron lead. Yeah.
Yeah. I was literally going through all the logs trying to find it because I know it was in the chest.
It's a real mineral. You can just look up iron lead or a silver lead. It's actually pretty common. I think it's most silver in the world is in that form.
That's fine. What's again? Sorry.
Liquid, isn't it?
No, it's
Isn't that galena or
you're thinking of galenium,
galena? Yeah, that's the
which is
one.
an
yeah.
element
or,
which
or gallium. Or whatever it
crystallizes.
is.
Gallium, yeah.
Gallium, yeah.
But even down here, it'd be cold enough that would be solid, right?
Yeah.
That's what I was talking about. Yeah.
Anyways, let's.
Yeah, it's gallium will melt in your hands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Let's try and head back to the caravan and see what's left of it.
Galena is the silver lead. Yeah, okay. So you guys head back. You guys cross the bridge here. You cross the you go through the little gate. You go past the second bridge with the high winds. You go past. Do I have a whatever? I don't need to do the map. You go past the acid lake. You scoot through that. Your pond, I guess. And then you come up into the room where the centipedes, remember those things, were on the ceiling.
Yep.
You can see before you enter that room, you can see light, like torchlight or something like that, up ahead.
Oh, promising.
As you enter the room proper, you can see that there are 12 Durgar around a bonfire roasting one of the centipedes.
Oh, fair enough.
It's already half eaten, and they're just sort of sitting around this little fire they have, and they all have like the pickaxes and hammers and other weapons or other tools of their trade.
Yeah.
As you do their like,
Oh,
Nope. Ryan
Ryan,
roboticized and then
we
disappeared
cooked
into
up
the
some
void.
food. You want some?
Oh. sorry.
Oh, there we go.
We lost you for a second there. Can you say that again?
They just say hi, guys. We cook some food if you want some. There's plenty for everyone.
Oh, I suppose I might have the sample because I suggested taking the sample. Is that okay? Or
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure. That's
yeah. Callie takes out the sample of the fairly pure silver and holds it out to one of the Durgar and says, "We found this down. There's already seemingly a very old established mine and smelting facilities down there, and we explored down one of the shafts and we found this."
Was it old dwarven setup?
And
Let's-
no, I think Lucia and Madeline may know more than me about the specifics of
All
who was
12 of
there.
the heads just go over to her and look at you guys.
It was most certainly not dwarven, but it is Madeline. It is connected to her people fairly closely. Appears to be something
Well.
ancient.
That would be a first. I don't think I ever heard of a elf mining much. You sure?
Oh, yes, it was most
Okay.
definitely.
Pretty sure, yep.
Yeah, it would be a shock to see the writing that we saw anywhere else.
We did come
But-
across something that we'll need to discuss with Pharaoh, but anyways,
Yes,
yes,
I would.
there's a mine there.
I would not advise going there just yet. There's dangerous pests which
Mm.
even we may not be able to deal with quite well.
Yeah. Tends to go underground. You go underground. Dangerous stuff pops out everywhere.
Mm. Are sturges like commonly known, or like if they're a pest?
They can be a pest. People tend to wipe them out pretty quick, and they're not terribly difficult compared to all the other horrible shit in the world.
Yes, but when there's like
They are
100 of them.
they're known.
Okay.
Most people haven't really run into them.
Oh, that's fine. Well, whatever. I'll just leave it mentioned that there appears to be swarms of dangerous creatures down there. It would be best to
And,
stay here for now.
A nest of sturges have established themselves above one of the main buildings.
Sturges aren't too much of a difficult.
Under normal circumstances, I would agree, but we saw at least 100 of them. Swarm, which would be,
And a larger bat creature that
I mean, giant bats. But yes. I would normally they are easy to deal with, especially individually, but that many, there would be losses. We got from sheer weight of numbers. But anyway, we should
So
report.
you guys found an elf city underground where they mine?
Yes.
Yes.
That's really weird.
Yes.
Well, strange things happen. Strange things happen over this distance, and this besides, the city is from a very, very long time.
They're mountain elves that we don't know about?
Lucero just gives a sort of a cocky shrug.
No, they're dead now. So
Madeline just kind of leans forward a bit and goes, "You don't see me belittling your culture, do you?"
are you a mountain elf?
I'm Shadar Ka. Well, I wouldn't say that actually. No, it'd be.
Just a yes.
Sure.
Well, they immediately see through that lie. Uh-huh.
I mean, it's not a lie. If they're calling Shadow elves, then it's technically the truth.
Mountain elves, yeah. They go back to eating their centipede. Yes, if you guys want something, I've got plenty. You guys want a leg? Nah.
To build better rapport, I will share in some of this centipede.
I mean, we're eating to go, so we'll just grab
Yeah,
a portion
I mean,
and eat it
yeah.
as they walk.
We take a bit to bring with us,
Oh,
so
yeah.
so that it we're trying to
the
build
carapace
friendships.
The carapace forms a nice bowl. Anyways, yeah, the first okay, yeah, we got some samples of our own here. We started mining. It's actually pretty easy. So we're good there. We can go back to the caravan.
Then let's go head back to the caravan.
Okay, sounds good. Who goes up the rope ladder or the rope first?
I will go up first, but once again, we'll
Yeah.
completely ignore the rope and just climb up. 'Cause I need to assert my dominance on them.
Then I will
These
climb up
peasants
the rope
eating a rope.
next.
Yeah, I've got up after them.
Okay, Lucero, when you get to the top, you're the first. You look around, you can see the wagon.
Is it on
It's very
fire?
large. It's a large wagon. It's not on fire. It is flipped over. All the supplies that were in it are just strewn about, and you just see the 4 zombies. Or how many zombies did he have?
Yes.
4 zombies. He had 4 zombies. The 4 zombies he had, Melendrak had, are just sort of standing around.
Ah. Well then. Lucero will look down at the people climbing and just be like, "Hurry, it seems that something has happened." And Lucero will rush off to the encampment.
I will climb at the exact same speed because I don't want to fall.
Okay. In the sky, you don't see any of those sturges. They seem to have dispersed.
Okay.
In the far distance, you see a couple of them going after some creature, but whatever. Okay. Yeah, you all get a ladder and you can go to the caravan, the Durgar. When they get up, just look around. What happened here? Or what happened here? Back into the doors. Fuck it. Whatever. What happened here?
I mean, I don't know. We haven't figured this out yet. I
We
mean,
just
well,
got-
yeah, I literally just got here. Okay.
Yeah, it was like this when we got here.
Yeah.
I mean, looking around for anything. Can we desiccated corpses or
Nope.
nothing?
Just don't see desiccated corpses at all. You see a couple of the sturges. They're bodies. I guess popped bodies. The bird.
Whatever's left.
Some of them dried up.
Entrails.
Yeah.
Okay. They're bloodsuckers, correct?
Yep. They're bloodsuckers.
Which means that they would leave the corpses,
They leave the zombies and the corpses.
except we don't see any corpses.
Nope.
Cool. So at the very, it means they didn't. It means they might not have died here, unless I mean, it's been what, like a couple of hours at absolute most since they came here?
I think the
Um,
first.
it's the swarm was 1 hour ago.
Yeah.
Or wait, hold on. How long is the short rest?
1 hour.
An hour.
An hour.
Yeah, it was 1 hour
Yep.
ago.
Okay, so I'll be a little bit over that.
When you say the wagon is flipped over, is it flipped over or upside down?
Um,
Like
upside
on
down.
its side, or it's upside down?
Here's the
Okay.
ground. Here's the wagon.
Oh.
Is anyone
Oh,
in
right.
underneath the
Yeah.
wagon?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
if you like to go over the wagon, like lift it up or knock.
Or
it
does
back,
it? Yeah, just a knock is like hello.
yeah.
you get knocks back, and you see Melindrek and Pharaoh, their hands like grip underneath it and just lift the wagon up. It's heavy, but they lift it up.
I
Oh,
think
okay.
we all
Yeah.
help, I suppose.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah. I'll assist.
You just see here Pharaoh say, "Hi, friends."
Everything okay?
Yeah, no, we're great. A bit bored, but we came out one piece.
Anyone hurt?
A bit. We'll be fine.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
the
And you
wagon.
push the wagon over, and Pharaoh like is happy to be out of there and in the sun, and like stands up, stretches, and Melindrek was just sitting there in like a meditative pose.
Lucero will give a genuine compliment of, the flipping the wagon was quick thinking.
And Pharaoh says, "Oh, it was his idea. We just got we had to get all the stuff out. Luckily we had his buddies to help us out." And he just gestures to the zombies. To get all the stuff out and flip it over is pretty good thinking, honestly.
Oh, I'm glad you're okay.
So am I. I'm glad you are all okay as well. These things just popped right out of the ground. I don't think this place is particularly safe.
They came to attack us as well.
We found a nest of them deep in the ground.
There's
But
something.
They are. Oh.
Go
on.
But they are likely more prominently night hunters. Reasonably likely that they would have attacked us during the night anyway. At the very least, here it's easier to fight them in the day.
Well, they didn't come after us last night, so maybe it's just every other once in a while they come out. But we should probably get out of here or more secure by tonight.
There's something quite big down below that we should talk about.
Okay.
We
Does it need to be
found
secrecy, or can we? Okay.
no. It's the significance is. I don't know how significant it is. We found a very big underground. Would it be considered a city?
It would not be considered a city.
No,
It would be
that'd be a
considered
town.
At best.
Settlement.
a town.
A
at
town.
most.
Yeah, an underground town with what appears to be a vampire still paralyzed with a stake through it. And it seemed like they had a mining operation set up that's been abandoned for a long, long time.
At the mention of vampire, Pharaoh goes a bit pale, and Melindrek looks up from his meditative pose and is very interested in what the hell you're talking about.
Oh.
Pharaoh speaks up. So it seems rather dangerous, is what you're telling me.
It is likely to be dangerous. Nest of those creatures in itself, but we found minerals of much greater purity down within the mines itself. It is possible, but with the
Silver, like you found earlier. Okay. Well, okay. So these Sturges came out of the same area. Like
there's a large nest that was above a central building. We dealt with how much did we deal with? Like 20 of them.
Okay.
Oh,
we could burn that.
There was also a larger bat creature that seemed to feed on the Sturges.
Just the one.
Only saw the one.
Okay, that's not out of the reach of manageable. We could do that.
The bat creature is not the problem. It is simply play. Boy, preying is a hard word to say with an accent. They are simply playing on.
Wait.
Fuck you. They are fine then. All right, fine. The accent goes away. They are preying on a.
You're right. I never
Oh,
thought about it.
goodness.
Praying in French is incredibly hard to say.
It is. Yeah.
Weighing.
Playing. They are preying on a abundant food source in the Sturges. It is, funny enough, the sheer number of their Sturges, which maybe prove more of a problem. We saw at least 100 of them.
So there's some
Well-
fire arrows and taking cover inside the buildings might work.
A bit of cleverness could solve that problem. They're not terribly dangerous on their own. So I think that's manageable. A pain, but manageable.
If
The
you
giant
think so.
bat, I don't know. I don't have much experience with giant bats. They might not be that big of a problem. Maybe it
Also,
would be a problem.
yeah, well,
They had smelting facilities, so a bit of work and it could be a self-serving
massive
location.
If we could get stuff out of here as a ingot
Processed.
instead of processed, or that would be a massive benefit. Maybe if we find other better places, maybe just steal the forging stuff from out here. It's difficult but doable. I know it probably weighs a lot, but anything's possible.
there is the equipment itself, not in the best condition.
Hmm.
Very,
so.
very old. It will need some work to repair, but it did not seem beyond repair.
Repair is easier than construction, I think.
At least there's a town down there, like buildings and stuff we could live in.
Yeah.
That's a big plus. Wouldn't have to build it.
The buildings are there. Again, they are very much.
It might be better if our interpretation and your interpretation may be different. You may have to see it for yourself.
Well,
Yeah, but we don't have a ton of time because those Sturge things are going to be back before night falls, probably, or at least during nightfall.
Hmm.
I think I'm gonna have to go off of your judgment for this
Okay.
one.
Well, it seemed like there was a town
it
set on
sounds-
mining.
It sounds like easier in some ways, a pain in the butt in some other ways. Silver's not bad though. It has a smelting facility. Silver's not bad at all.
Okay.
Okay. I think
We-
we're
We gave a sample to
Done
the
here?
Durgar, so if you want to see
Okay.
it, they have it.
yeah. One of the Jurgars just gives like a thumbs up. Pure. He's in mine. Okay. Let's get the wagon set up and get out of here before night falls, and we'll head to the next spot.
Okay.
Everyone good?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's good. And with that, the wagon gets set up. Zombies get pulling that wagon, and you guys head on out of there. And we'll
Cool.
end the session right there, heading
nice.
to the next zone.
Cool. That was very enjoyable. Thank you very much.
That was a fun session.
It's not too late. You can go back and free the vampire if you want.
No.
That's probably the most terrifying thing we could choose
Just
to do.
cast Charm Person on him beforehand, and you're.
I think that immune to
Oh,
charm.
yeah. Also, I don't think Charm Person works. Because I think Charm Person is humanoid only, isn't it?
Well, no, what we need to do is we need to get it in like a sealed box, right? Completely sealed. Get a big magnet to pull the spike out.
Okay, yeah. Charm Person would not work doubly, so I think.
Resilient spear.
That was a lot of fun.